That's 800-430-1481.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced. Call now. If the lines are busy, please call back.
Call the Home Warranty Hotline now at 800-399-6829, 800-399-6829, 800-399-6829. That's 800-399-6829.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Cummins has kept the world running for more than 100 years. Since their founding in 1919, Cummins has been dedicated to leading the charge towards a future with smarter, cleaner power. Cummins sales and service locations are right where you need them when you need your engine or generator set service. And now, Cummins has a new Huntsville branch opening June 10th. They're located on Highway 31 in Tanner, just north of Calhoun College. Cummins expert technicians will keep you up and running. Call them at 205-808-2210. Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Talent Heating and Air. When you need service, rely on Talent. From system installations to tune-ups, rely on Talent. Online at talenthvac.com.
ALCert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
We have made it to the end of the week. We're off, we're live, we're running. It's brand new. It's Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, 62 degrees. As you travel into work on this Friday morning. Going to be a little toasty out there today. 82, your expected high here in the Tennessee Valley. Make sure you give Talent Heating and Air a call. They can help you stay cool. 256-503-4490. Find them online, talenthvac.com. They're live. They're local as well. You give them a call, they will answer. 256-503-4490. Calendar says we are 85 days, 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 42 seconds away from the start of the college football season. But we now know, and it will be officially official when the schools release it, but we know the matchups for the 2026 SEC ACC Basketball Challenge in December. Here in June. On Tuesday, December 1st, Auburn will travel to take on Clemson. And on Wednesday, December 2nd, Alabama will travel to take on Miami. Other big matchups, we'll see Arkansas at North Carolina, Duke at Florida, Wake Forest will be at LSU, Kentucky will be at Virginia, Georgia Tech will be at Mississippi State, Stanford will be at Texas A&M, Vanderbilt will be at Notre Dame, Florida State will travel to take on Tennessee.
Interesting that they make Florida travel, but of course it's to Duke. So
no, it's at Duke. It's at Florida. Duke's at Florida.
Oh, I thought you said it was.
No, Duke is at Florida this year.
Oh, okay. Well, that should be a heck of a game for Florida and an opportunity to play, which would probably be a top 5 matchup. Alabama having to take on former Duke assistant Jai Lucas and the son of John Lucas. He did a good job in his first year at Miami, getting them to the tournament and overachieving, and he's already recruiting really well. So that should be a pretty even matchup and another quality road opponent for the Tide. And certainly Clemson and Brad Brownell, I did notice yesterday that they did sign former Samford big man Dylan Faulkner, who was, of course, probably the best big man in the SoCon last year. And before that, certainly in the A-Sun with Lipscomb with Lenny Acuff, Dylan Faulkner had gone to the portal and will be a Clemson Tiger and play for Brad Brownell. So that'll be an interesting matchup with Auburn going over there to Clemson, South Carolina.
Now, Arkansas is at North Carolina. Boston College will be at Georgia. Syracuse will travel to take on Oklahoma. Ole Miss will be at Virginia Tech. South Carolina will be at NC State. Texas will travel to take on Louisville. Other ones you have, and that's it. That is the expected matchups for this year's ACC SEC Basketball Challenge. That is according to College Hoops Today and John Rothstein, who broke this yesterday. Yesterday evening, in case you missed it, Texas, for the first time in the Women's College World Series in over a decade. The Women's College World Series, by the way, had not crowned back-to-back national champions, not named Oklahoma in over a decade. Texas ended that drought last night as they defeat Texas Tech in Game 2, 4-1 to win the program's second straight national championship.
Didn't watch an out or a pitch.
Yeah. So
congratulations to Texas. Hook 'em. SEC rules again. Texas Tech 1-0. Didn't win their conference tournament. Didn't win the national championship. Got some rinky-dink Big 12 regular season title. So go have a party. Hope the $1 million plus was worth it.
Tegan Caven from Texas.
Kavan,
yeah.
From your backyard.
Yep, from Des Moines, Iowa.
Yep, she was MVP, I guess, for the second straight year. She didn't start yesterday, but she shut it down the last 2 innings and made sure Texas Tech will never forget it.
She had a complete game effort in Game 1.
Yep.
Women's College World Series, she combined for 11 strikeouts in 2 appearances. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
The $1 million arm did pitch the whole game, and she got another
I love the fact that Texas did get this win simply because it does come against Texas Tech and the villains of the college athletics world. Yeah. But remember, it was Oklahoma who was like, oh boy, when we come into the SEC, we're still going to win national championships. We're still going to be at Oklahoma City every year. We are the queens of college softball. And they didn't even make it to the Women's College World Series this year. Yeah. So, it's Texas winning the national championship twice now since they've joined the SEC.
0-2. So
that's what I get a chuckle out of that sometimes.
It's taken Texas a while to get over the hump, but they've done it emphatically. They're the first to repeat since Florida in 14 and 15. And then Oklahoma had that dominant run coming out of the Little 12. But they haven't done it in the SEC where it just means more.
That it does. So the SEC does bring home a national championship.
Yep.
That's 2 this week the SEC has brought home. So in case you're keeping track.
Yeah, and 3 of the top 4 were from the SEC.
That is true. Texas.
I'm sorry, Cody. You can't buy your way into our league. We don't want you. Go to hell.
Oh, no, we do not want Texas Tech in the league.
No, sorry.
Sad news, though, due to report from yesterday. Paul Allen, who was a member of a voice of the Auburn broadcast team for more than 5 decades, passed away. He passed away at the age of 75. He helped build WEGL nearly 50 years ago.
Yeah, growing up with Jim Fife doing the play-by-play and then Rod Bramlett. But if you were listening to any Auburn broadcast, especially when you're talking football and men's basketball, the guy at halftime and doing the cut-ins and the updates was always Paul Ellen. Paul Ellen, was synonymous with the Auburn network. He was a guy that helped a lot of people in the business. And as you said, spent nearly 50 years building that Auburn radio network. And, he it's kind of like the 3 amigos, and they were all, God rest all their souls now. We've lost all 3 of them. But Jim Fife, and of course, Rod Bramlett and Paul Ellen, they were just synonymous with the Auburn network. And now it's very, very sad with, within the last, 5-6 years that we've lost, both of them way too soon. And Paul was, 75 years old, but still, it's very difficult because when these guys were mainstays, and as soon as you hear their names or their voices, you basically know you're listening to an Auburn Tigers broadcast. So, again, thoughts and prayers out to the Auburn family and with the loss of Paul Ellen.
All right, that does lead us into the fact that it is Friday, and that means the Super Regionals get underway this morning. And in fact, in less than 4 hours, we will get our first pitch of the Super Regional play as Cal Poly will take on West Virginia at 11 a.m.
Not UCLA.
Not UCLA. You California loser asses. Cal Poly, West Virginia. And then at 2 o'clock, USC, not UCLA, USC will take on North Carolina. Then at 4 o'clock, Little Rock will take on Troy. You can watch that on ESPNU. And then at 7 o'clock, Ole Miss and Auburn will get underway. You can watch that one on ESPN2.
Yep.
That comes up today.
So, the 4 of the series get started today, the other 4 tomorrow, and we certainly will be the home for the University of Alabama's Super Regional as they get ready to host. And they'll be the last one to get underway on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Central Time, a little after 8 first pitch, as they will be taking on, a really good St. John's team. We were honored to be joined by Coach Mike Hampton yesterday. they'll have their press conferences today and speak to the media this afternoon. And as you heard Coach say, they've been in Tuscaloosa since Tuesday and practicing at some of the high schools around the area, some of the more affluent ones that have those kind of facilities that can prepare them. And they'll be able to, I believe, today hit the Sewell Thomas Field and over at Sewell Thomas Stadium at the Joe and be able to get used to that facility. And both teams should be able to prepare fully. And then, as we said, it'll be a late night, but Alabama getting underway against the Johnnies and the Red Storm on Saturday night.
All right, 256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You can join us here on a Friday morning. Mm-hmm. Want you to also circle your calendars for Monday, June 22nd for the 4th Annual Rocket City, or I should say the Huntsville Sports Commission Rocket City Awards, presented by 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, and Baumhauer's Victory Grill. We're going to have a fantastic night. Tickets start at just $50. You can get a $100 ticket. That'll get you a spot on the floor with dinner. Just email 977-WZZNevents@gmail.com. That can get you into the event. We look forward to seeing anybody and everybody there on Monday, June 22nd. We want you there. It's going to be a fun night. We've got our high school athlete of the year, our coach of the year, teams of the year, college athlete, college coach, college team of the year.
I believe we're up to 18.
We are up to 18 because we have added esports this year. So we're going to crown an esports Rocket City Award winner.
Yes, we will.
On the high school level. And for those that have not paid attention, we've got some really good esports high school teams.
Yeah, just ask the Czar.
Yeah, he created the award himself.
Right.
Like he does everything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get our first break in. When we come back, phone lines are open to you, 256-576-4977.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
One, possibly two accidents on Governor's Drive. This one says it's underneath the overpass system, and that's on Governor's Drive and the Parkway. Be on the lookout for that. And then you've got another one at Governor's Drive in Seminole. That one's supposed to be westbound or eastbound. So be careful through those areas. Everything else in the valley seems to be moving smoothly. We're looking at 565 from one end to the other, all the way from I-65 up over Chapman Mountain where it turns into 72. It's looking absolutely beautiful right now. Your drive time from Coleman to Huntsville is roughly 60 minutes, right at an hour. And the same thing from Winchester to Huntsville. Decatur to Huntsville's about 33 minutes right now. Keep the seatbelts buckled and be safe. From the Rock Creek Productions Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. At the Aldridge Law Firm in the Legal Town Center, we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188. Just remember, we're here to help, whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete. We're here to help.
I'm Bill Crawford, the host of The Point with Bill Crawford. Tune us in Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on Talk Radio WZZN.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find.
Hi, welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN Zone. Plenty of stuff to get through here on a Friday. We'll continue to set the table for what will be regional baseball play. Again, it all gets started today at 11 a.m. You got 4 games today, got 4 games tomorrow. Your early game tomorrow will see Mississippi State and Georgia. You got to wake up and have a little breakfast when you watch this one. It'll get underway at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Mississippi State and Georgia. And then game 2 of West Virginia, Cal Poly will be at 11 a.m., A 1 o'clock North Carolina USC game 2. Game 2 of Troy and Little Rock will be tomorrow at 2. Don't forget, you can join us tomorrow from 11 to 1 as we will be live from University Kia. So we'll keep you updated on everything that's going on early in college baseball. 4 o'clock is Auburn Ole Miss game 2. Oklahoma Kansas game 1 at 5. Oregon Texas game 1 at 7. And St. John's, Alabama, game 1 at 8 o'clock. So that's your lineup for tomorrow on the college baseball side.
Yeah, looking forward to all the supers, man. They're right now I'm getting to watch. I haven't even watched the highlights, so I get to watch Texas Tech go down in flames here and lose again when it matters. But I'm looking forward to all those super regionals. It's going to be a great. Chance to showcase for Troy. Certainly, very excited for their opportunity to host Little Rock, and then Alabama and Auburn got really great chances to win. And so, it would be something to get 2 to 3 of those teams to Omaha. That would be awesome. But all the series are going to be tough. Little Rock, is certainly a quality ball club. Alabama's having to play a really good St. John's team. Boy, Texas Tech, they really did a great job preparing mentally for this challenge last night, it looks like. What happened to the check?
They were up 1-0. They were up 1-0.
They were up 1-0 in the first game, too. It didn't really freaking matter. They can't throw the ball. They can't field the ball. Now, Billionaire Boy's over there, clapping because he thinks the game's over when it's 1-0, but you got to play 7 innings. So
boop, gone.
And then, of course, the Terminator came in, and they got no shot. So, they can take their NIL and shove it up their ass.
Oh.
Yep, so 2 in a row. Hook 'em. Poor Cody. He still has nothing. At least now they're relevant and they're going to the National Championship Series. Now, after this bill passes, I don't know what will happen to Tech. But, I still guess they'll contend in the Little 12 because, heck, Oklahoma and Texas, the 2 boogeymen, are never coming back to take over and stomp on them.
Yeah, Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti did issue a statement yesterday. They met with Ted Cruz
Yes,
and his
that's right.
team,
Yeah,
and that is in the reference to the Protect College Sports Act, which is an ongoing debate right now on the Hill. They did issue a statement, a joint statement yesterday, saying they do not support the bill in its current state, but as you keep saying, this is how they worded it.
Yep.
They look forward to constructive dialogue with Senator Cruz and his team.
Constructive dialogue.
Constructive dialogue.
That's what I keep trying to tell folks. In other words, this ain't happening in a week.
No. No, it is not going to happen in a week. It's not going to be solved in a week. We're not just going to put this up there and sign it and all that other stuff. Now, there are a lot of people that support it right now. And when you say the president supports
Donald
it.
Trump
But
released a statement,
those that have the ultimate say in this, and the SEC and the Big Ten will have a lot of say in it. There's still some wrinkles to be ironed out, and they'll get it ironed out. Something will pass. Just don't know exactly when. And the Big 12, Brett Greenburg is, he's drawing his line in the sand. He's saying, look, the last time we went through all of this, the SEC basically strong-armed everybody and everything, and the Big Ten, they kind of forced everybody's hand into all of this. He's like, look, I would have voted for 24 teams back in the day, but, I was just a rookie athletic director at the conference commissioner at the time. Now I'm more experienced, so, it's not going to be as easy this time around. So it all comes down to the money. It all comes down who gets the money, and that is when this Protect College Sports Act will get finalized. I mean, if they all agree to money terms, to me, this feels like Congress is trying to do like one of these Major League Baseball or NFL these negotiations where you don't have the bargaining agreement or whatever, collective bargaining agreement.
It's basically your collective bargaining.
For college for college athletics is what we're getting.
Yeah, it is. It's like a labor union.
Yep.
They're just negotiating, and it's not going to get done in the next several days. But it's like I've said before all week, it's a positive step, and there's dialogue going on, and hopefully they can get something done, because I've been saying it was going to take the feds, the federal government, and the Congress and the Senate to get involved so they could finally circumvent all these state laws and these lawsuits and this stupidity and all this stuff, and have some uniformity and some guardrails. And luckily, there seems to be an administration in the White House that cares about collegiate athletics and not stupidity. And so hopefully they'll get it done at some point. I mean, hopefully it'll be a very productive summer. So we'll see.
And Nick Saban spoke in front of.
Oh, I know.
He spoke in front, and people across the country are taking shots at Nick Saban because they believe that he spent money before all of this stuff.
He's a hypocrite. What he was doing, he was still coaching, so he was going by what guardrails were up. In other words, or the rules that were in place.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do the best job for his program to win. Now he's trying to help the sport. There is no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. So understand that. If you're a coach in the fire for your university, you're trying to win at the highest level. Now he's trying to help the sport evolve because he knows it can't continue. So shut up because you're pissed off that he caved your ass in for 17 years. And you didn't like him anyway because he didn't treat you with the respect you thought he should have, you piss ants. Yeah. Shut the hell up!
Saban talked about throwing money around, and Christian Miller on X rallied behind Nick Saban and said people really believe Coach Saban had to throw money around to get top recruits. being developed by the best, competing for national championships every year, and all the NFL draft picks was the selling point. The dynasty spoke for itself, was a no-brainer once I got my offer.
I mean, we'll see, but Christian Miller, in all due respect, and I think I've met Christian. He's a good dude, very intelligent. He didn't come along during the NIL era, okay?
Right. But I think that's what people are talking about is that, Saban got all these recruits magically.
But no, he outworked everybody. He was better than everybody. That's what happened. The lazy ass take of, oh, well, he took his ball and went home because now the playing field is equal. It doesn't matter, morons. He would have kept winning. Did you not pay attention during his entire tenure? They kept trying to change the rules so he wouldn't win at the highest level, and he continued to do it anyway. It's because he's the greatest of all time. And yes, I'm a Bama fan. Don't give a damn if everybody knows it. I don't hide it. I mean, hellfire. And I enjoyed the hell out of being Darth Vader and beating the ever-loving snot out of everybody. Hopefully, Kalen DeBoer will get it back, too, and shove it up Brett McMurphy's ass and some of the rest of these guys who think Alabama's going to miraculously be 7-5 because they wouldn't know a football from a basketball. Pencil neck pricks.
256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines to join us here this morning. And I totally agree. It's funny how things change where some people really believe that Nick Saban should be the college football commissioner and kind of get this ball on the right track. And then there are those that once he speaks in front of Congress, the same people that thinks he should be the college football commissioner are like, why are we having to listen to this guy? It was funny. I mean, I'm not trying to push any buttons.
Does the same thing. He called Saban a puppet this week. Paul Feinbaum plays one side off the other. It's why he became a millionaire, and he's done it a million times because he changes with the wind.
No, you're right.
He's another one that can't spell football either. He spells it O-L. He doesn't know anything unless somebody else tells him something. It's like a WWE act. That's what Feinbaum's done for 30 years.
No, you're right.
And they think he's some kind of encyclopedia. SOB doesn't know anything about football.
Anyway. That is what's going on. I tell you what, let's get a break in. When we come back, Brooks Austin.
He knows something about football.
He put out a top 10 coaches hot seat list going into this new football season. And not just in the SEC. This is college football as a whole.
Well, he covers it nationally as well, even though he specializes in Georgia and of course the Southeastern Conference, but he does try to cover it as a whole, no question.
And so we'll run down the 10 names. I guess you could say 11 because there's an interesting one there, and I will word it exactly how he worded it when we return.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A really nice Friday across the Tennessee Valley. A little more cloud cover. It also maybe just a touch on the humid end of the spectrum, but still really nice. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-80s, dropping into the mid-60s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Saturday, maybe a passing shower or two, but the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. A better opportunity for rain builds in on Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
We just got rid of the accidents at Governor's Drive in the Parkway, but we just picked up another one. This is at Research Park Boulevard and Kelly Cemetery Road in the Huntsville area. That accident there has northbound blockage in it, so be careful through that area if you are northbound through that intersection. Everything else in the valley looking good, but we do want to remind you there is bridge maintenance work going into Gunnersville across the Tennessee River Bridge on 431. Use caution through there. And of course, you've got the ongoing projects like on 565 near the airport. Keep those seatbelts buckled and be safe. For the most accurate traffic report in the Tennessee Valley, from the Rock Creek Productions Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
When you're craving a juicy, made-to-order burger with all your favorite toppings, it's time to head to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Fresh, never-frozen, hand-formed patties, crispy, fresh-cut fries, savory hot dogs, and topped off with an ice-cold real milkshake. Five Guys knows what you like. Come and get it in Huntsville on North Parkway and on Enterprise, and in Madison on Moonshot Drive and Highway 72. Order online at fiveguys.com or just walk in. Five Guys. Perfection every time.
At Kern Electrical, we're more than just a Generac generator dealer. We're your partners in ensuring your home or business never loses power, especially when it matters most. Call 256-880-1880 today or visit gensuperstore.com for reliable power solutions that work when you need them most.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
If you've ever been in a car wreck, it almost feels like being in a movie. I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people every day.
The Lackey Law Firm.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck and need a lawyer, is bigger better?
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family.
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Having thousands of cases is impressive, but do you want to be just a case number, one with lots of digits?
Or do you need a lawyer who gets to know you? With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, when you've been injured, we take the time to help.
Even in your hospital room.
Because at the Lackey Law Firm, you're not a number. We treat you like family, because that's what we are.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
It's football season, and the only place to catch every game is the End Zone. With NFL Sunday Ticket, big screen TVs, and all the sports you love, we've got your playbook for fun. 2 family-friendly non-smoking locations. Midtown on McMurtry next to Target, and on Cecil Ashburn Drive. Jumbo wings, cheeseburgers, Tex-Mex, pizza, plus daily specials, happy hour, big draft beers, and frozen margaritas. Open for lunch daily at our Midtown location. The End Zone, where every seat's the best seat in the house.
Talkin' Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
All right, welcome back in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I paused there because my mind was going to say Happy National Donut Day.
Oh.
Yes, this day was
like a week early, though.
This day was established in 1938 by the Salvation Army. Today, Army.
I didn't know. I'm like, what the hell was that?
What did I say? Armley?
Yeah, I was like, huh? What
Don't know how that worked. The holiday is celebrated annually on the first Friday in June.
Okay.
Established in 1938 by the Salvation Army.
Okay.
There we go. We got it
There
right.
we go. I didn't know. I guess you brought the ones from Donut Land like a week early.
Yeah. Well, today at Krispy Kreme, you're supposed to get one free donut of your choice, no purchase necessary.
Oh Lord, you're talking about a stampede.
Today, you're supposed to get a free classic donut at Dunkin' with a purchase of any beverage.
Any beverage, huh?
Shipley's does not. Shipley's across the street here. You get a free glazed donut with any purchase.
So you just buy something and you get you.
Yep.
Glazed donut.
So there you go. Happy National Donut Day today.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Brooks Austin, who has joined this program on occasion. Good stuff during the college football season, though, with Brooks Austin.
Yep.
Has put out a top 10/11 coaches that he feels that are on the hot seat this coming year for college football.
Yes, he has. Yep.
Okay, number 1 on the list. I don't know if it's in like hot order or he's just listed them, but he has Shane Beamer from South Carolina on the list.
What happens when you get shielded?
Number 2, surprised he made it through last year, but Luke Fickell is on the list.
Yeah, his struggles at Wisconsin have surprised me a little bit, at least to the severity of them.
Number 3, they will travel to Atlanta to take on the Auburn Tigers.
We all know who this is.
In the first game of the year.
They're a bigger rival to Texas than Texas Tech.
That would be Baylor head coach Dave Aranda.
Yeah.
Turn up the heat on Dave Aranda.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, spent time as an Alabama coach.
Yeah.
Alabama offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien.
B.O.B.
Yeah.
Got blamed for everything.
Right now, he's not had the best of luck at Boston College.
He has.
Well, I mean, look, who?
Tom Coughlin.
Tom Coughlin.
He's about the last one of any consequence to me, anyways.
I'm trying to think. I would not be able to tell you coaches at Boston College. I mean,
hell, I can't even remember who Matt Ryan's was.
Jeff Hafley was before Bill O'Brien.
He went to the NFL. He left to go to the Pack.
Steve Adazio was 44-44.
Yeah, he sucked.
Another
Urban Meyer assistant.
Tom O'Brien, by the way, when he was there, was 75-45. Was Tom O'Brien?
Was that
from 97 to 06?
Then maybe he was probably the one that coached Matt Ryan. Then
probably so. Tom Coughlin was there from 91 to 93, and was 21-13-1 during his time there at Boston College.
Yeah, he saved us from Notre Dame.
All right, we continue on the list. Number 5, another former Alabama assistant, Maryland head coach Mike Locksley.
Yeah, Locks has had some bright moments at Maryland, but you got to understand, he really only one coach before him is won, consistently, and he even ran out of steam, and he's up for the College Football Hall of Fame, and that's, of course, as we know, the late Ralph Friedgen.
Mike Locksley, by the way, they're at Maryland.
Yeah. Not an easy place to win.
No, he's gotten them to bowl games, though, in 21, 22, and 23.
Yeah.
He's 37-41 overall at Maryland, 48% winning percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Canada was the interim coach. He was 5-7. DJ Durkin, by the way, from 16 to 18,
was an unmitigated disaster.
He was 10-15,
and got fired for that horrendous. The death of that young man during their conditioning work.
So the last 2 coaches from 19, if you start this streak from 1982 going on to the current, there's only 2 coaches that have a 600 or better % winning percentage at Maryland. From 1982 to 1986, Bobby Ross.
Yeah, Bobby Ross before he was at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And then the Fridge.
And then Ralph Friedgen was from 01 to 10, 75-50 for Ralph Friedgen there at Maryland.
He did a great job.
Number 6 on this list.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley, USC.
Yep, fight. Fight on for your old SC, and fight on for not enough victory.
Lincoln Riley, when he got hired there, remember, because we laugh at Lincoln Riley because he left Oklahoma right before right before they departed to go to
the SEC.
The SEC.
Correct.
Yep.
But then they departed to go to the Big Ten. He's still not winning enough.
26-14, I think, is his tenure there.
They're going to bowl games, but
right.
They're not. They haven't been to a playoff.
I'm looking it over. Steve Sarkisian, 12-6. Clay Helton, 46-24.
Yep.
Ed Orgeron was 6-2.
Yep.
Lane Kiffin, 28-15. Surprisingly, there at USC.
But then what happened?
Gets fired on the tarmac.
Yep.
Look, Pete Carroll was 83-18 there at USC.
Yes, he was.
National championships. We all know the probation and all that other stuff and letting everybody just run wild there at USC.
Yeah, them Wild Boys.
Lane Kiffin comes in after Pete Carroll. Did it matter who came in after Pete Carroll on that? Because, that was a stretch where, that's going to be hard to duplicate, right? What Pete Carroll did at USC?
Of course. John McKay did it years ago, and John Robinson, but it's tough to do what Pete Carroll did.
Lane Kiffin probably was not ready for that role by any stretch.
Lane Kiffin's not ready for LSU either, so we'll see that.
You don't think he's ready for LSU?
No.
Number 7, Matt Rule on this list.
Yeah, he's Nebraska.
No.
They still got the Frank Solich curse.
Number 8, Bill Belichick and his girlfriend.
Yeah. It was an F the first year.
If it's an F this year, he won't be at North Carolina for year 3.
No, they've already made a basketball change, so they probably don't care.
Number 9 on the list, a former Sports Illustrated Man of the Year.
How can he be 9? Why is he not higher? That's all I would ask.
Like I said, I don't know if this is ranked or if he just lists 10 coaches on this list.
But because, Puff Puff Pass, they really don't. They've got too much invested in Deion. So I don't know.
Would you part ways with Deion Sanders if they had another 500 season at Colorado?
Hey, they're not even going to go 500. They're going to go like 2-9 or 2-10, whatever the hell it is.
You think it bottoms out completely in Boulder?
They suck.
They will be high in Boulder this year. On their own supply.
It won't be Rocky Mountain High, to quote John Denver. The late, great John Denver.
So, in other words, there will be not a lot of post-game concerts in the locker room for Colorado this
I don't
year.
think there'll be a lot of videos either for these pep talks. Or watching Josh Niblett in a cowboy hat. That schmuck will probably have a cowboy hat on coaching tight ends. Real smart. Make himself stand out. Then do some karate kick or something.
Oh, he's there for a higher calling.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10 on this list, and you have brought this point up a few times, and that is sometimes we gloss over the fact that Texas, who has self-proclaimed themselves 2 or 3 national champions by now, have not won anything, and that is number 10 on this list. He put Steve Sarkisian at number 10.
Well, I think he should be feeling some heat. They stunk last year relative to what they spent.
Right.
They had a good year, but it was nowhere close to a great year, man. I'm sorry. Just wasn't.
And
they didn't make the playoff, and they almost lost to Kentucky and Mississippi State, and this ain't baseball, which can kind of be explained.
And he number 11 on this list. Number 11 on the list. And he just says, already fired.
Oh, gotcha.
So he doesn't put a number by it. He just says already fired. Mike Norvell.
He basically is. Just because Florida State was broke because they signed him to a stupid extension. When there was already cracks in the foundation.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree with the list. It's a good one. Brooks, he actually knows what he's talking about. He can spell football.
That would give, the SEC would have at least one. Shane Beamer in there. You look at the rest of the SEC, everybody else is fine, right? Lane just settling in at LSU, Pete Golding settling in at Ole Miss, John settling in at Florida, so new changes there. Won't be anything there. Tennessee is fine. Kentucky just getting a new coach. They're fine. Josh Heupel's fine.
I wouldn't say Josh Heupel's fine. I'd say Josh Heupel's
could you put him at number
by the end of this
top 15?
Season, I think he'll be, and I think his ass will be starting to feel it.
Josh Heupel at Tennessee.
Yeah. I think they're going to be mediocre. And then the Vol fans are already getting uneasy about it. And he made the playoff 2 years ago. Didn't make it last year. Don't think he'll make it this year. So
7:47 on a Friday morning. That was the attempt to make a 7:47 sound. Got to get a break in. Going to wrap up hour one. Boy, moving along. Coming up at the top of the hour, Chris Lee will join us. We'll start circling the wagons around those super regionals. Top of the hour. Wrap up hour one next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
At the Huntsville Sports Commission, we do sports. The Rocket City is your destination for world-class sports in North Alabama. The Huntsville Sports Commission brings elite tournaments, championships, and other exciting athletic events to our city. From youth leagues to national championships, we're driving tourism, boosting local business, and building a stronger, more active community. When you team up with us, we'll worry about the details so you don't have to. We do sports.
Hey golfers, Huntsville has a new place to play golf. The newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue in Huntsville is The Golfus. For a limited time, you can grab an unlimited membership for just $99 a month. That's right, play every day for just $99 a month. Check it out. All the details are on thegolfus.com. That's The Golfus. 2 locations in Huntsville and coming soon to Madison.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Welcome back, 7:51 on a Friday morning. Coming up here at the top of the hour, our good buddy Chris Lee will join the program as we get his thoughts on the super regionals and who he likes and what he thinks of all of the action going on. Again, that all starts this morning at 11 o'clock. Alabama will play tomorrow, nightcap. Don't forget, we will have our special Saturday edition of Talking Ball tomorrow from 11 to 1, as we will be live from University Kia along University Drive. We want to see you in a University Kia. We also want to see you drive away in a Hyundai, courtesy of Greenway Hyundai of Decatur, both part of the Greenway family. But we will be at University Kia tomorrow with our good friend Arthur Seaton. Your first look at the newly renovated University Kia. So you will be impressed tomorrow, I promise.
Looking forward to it.
All right, 256-576-4977. You can join the program. Short time left here in hour number 1. And boy, I tell you, if you could be at two places at one time, later today, I tell you, the atmosphere that's going to be at Troy today is going to be just, can't wait to see that one on TV. See what the atmosphere looks like there at Troy, in Troy, for Troy and Little Rock.
I'm sure it's going to be electric. I mean, they're former Sun Belt rivals as well, and neither one of them have ever been to Omaha, so somebody's about to have, a dream scenario take place, and hopefully it'll be the Troy Trojans from the state of Alabama.
All right, again, 256-576-4977 if you want to join us here on a Friday morning. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of laughing because I'm looking at the brackets and I'm just looking at everything and the left side, right side. Again, the right side is Kansas, Oklahoma, Alabama, St. John, Texas, Oregon, Georgia, Mississippi State. Left side of the bracket is West Virginia, Cal Poly, Troy, Little Rock, UNC, USC, Auburn, and Ole Miss. And potentially you could have Alabama and Auburn head to the College World Series. Both of them would be on the opposite side of the brackets for those that are paying attention. So there wouldn't be a chance where Alabama and Auburn would play each other in the first round set of games there in Omaha. If I'm looking at this right, West Virginia, Cal Poly, Troy, and Little Rock, they would play each other once they get to Omaha. If I'm looking at it right, UNC, USC, Auburn, and Ole Miss, the winner of those super regionals would play each other in Omaha. Alabama, it looks like, would be Alabama, St. John, and Kansas and Oklahoma. That would be who Alabama would face when they get there.
Yeah.
If they would get to Omaha. So that's how the bracket would look like. I know some people were like, oh my gosh, Alabama and Auburn, they could play each other in Omaha. They could, depending how it all plays out, but that's the bracket.
Yep. It looks as though Auburn and Troy will be on the same side.
Yes, Auburn and Troy. And they could, potentially could play each other.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Somehow. I don't know. I mean, it depends how all the loser bracket or winner bracket, how it all plays out.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, West Virginia, Cal Poly, Troy. All right. But we do know Troy or Little Rock, one of the two, will be headed to the College World Series in Omaha. Just about done with our number one. Again, Chris Lee will join us. Hour two, we'll see Brett Greenburg join us at 8:30. And then Shawn Faust will join us at 9 o'clock. He'll be in studio. So got a busy day ahead of us still.
And then got a long day. Got a day 2 over at UAH for their team camp. Huntsville took to the court 3 times yesterday, twice at UAH, once at Huntsville High. And that'll be the case again today as they're playing at different locations, but certainly looking forward to being back inside Spraggins Hall later this morning as Huntsville will take to the court at 10 a.m. And they're looking like yesterday. They also started at 10 a.m. They did a good job against Thompson from Alabaster, who will now be a fellow 6A team instead of 7A. So they got a nice win. They performed well. It's really more about just developing your team in the summer, though, without question. But I thought they did compete very well yesterday, and certainly, I think it was a camp with a lot of good competition, and so Huntsville will be back at it today at 10 and at 1. They'll certainly, and then at 5 o'clock back at Huntsville High to wrap up the team camp for UAH. And as always, whether it was under Lenny Acuff, John Shulman, or now Mick Hedgebeth, they do a really good job over there.
All right, that is the end of hour number 1. Hour 2 getting ready to start next. Chris Lee's on the other side. We'll visit with him about NCAA Super Regionals.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The Atlanta Braves are back at Truist Park tonight. They'll take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Chris Sale is on the bump for the Braves. He's 8-3 with an ERA right around 2. The Braves tonight on the money line minus 199, while Toronto is plus 163. Tonight, it's game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals as the Hurricanes host the Golden Knights. Carolina needs a win to even up the series. Carolina minus 162 on the money line, while Vegas is plus 136. The over-under is 5.5 goals. Tomorrow night, game 2 of the NBA Finals. Spurs looking to even things up. San Antonio is a 5.5-point home favorite. With your VSiN Action Update, I'm John Thayer on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Welcome to Curtin Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Curtin Electrical, your Generac superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
It is hour 2, Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. SportsMed Alabama. I should say SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery Center. SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery Center and Spine Care. Dedicated to provide. I don't know. I feel like I'm messing that up.
I think you are.
They're North Alabama's leader in sports medicine surgery. It's SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center. Dedicated to providing care that improves lives. Give them a call today, 256-881-5151. We've only said it. I've only said it every day on hour number 2 forever, but they are the state-of-the-art orthopedic urgent care. And give them a call. You can find them online, sportsmedalabama.com. The most comprehensive spine team in North Alabama.
On the fly, you came up with a new commercial.
Speaking of new commercials, we have got to get Talent Heating and Air. They want you and I in here in studio. We've got to create a new one. And boy, let me tell you, this new one is going to be fantastic. You are going to be a part of the new one. So it is going to be good. Anyway, coming up later this morning, Cal Poly in West Virginia will take to the Diamond at 11 a.m. That will get super regional play off and running. USC, North Carolina, Little Rock, Troy, and Ole Miss, Auburn headline your Friday matchups. And then in Saturday, the other side of the bracket, Mississippi State, Georgia will get going. You've got Oklahoma and Kansas will get going, Oregon, Texas. And St. John's, Alabama will be your Saturday games that'll get underway, but then there'll also be game 2s on Saturday from the ones that play on Friday. But a lot of baseball.
Yep, a lot of baseball. This is the best time of year if you're a college baseball fan because it's getting down to the brass tacks. You're about to get your after this weekend, you'll know the Elite Eight. In other words, the 8 teams that are making the trek to Omaha, and it could be a big, week for our state. They've got 3 difficult matchups, but certainly they're all hosting, and so it's a great opportunity for Alabama, for Auburn, for the Troy Trojans, and it's a great opportunity once again for the SEC to exert its dominance. And who better to talk SEC baseball and super regionals than our next guest? He does a great job as the founder of Southeastern 16, also the longtime publisher of Vandy 247. And, of course, we're talking about Chris Lee. And Chris Lee is going to get some good Braves karma later today, too. I hope you don't mind me mentioning that. But, Chris, good morning. You're with Drew and Scott. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Some days, some weeks Friday needs to get here sooner than others, right?
Yeah, we're certainly looking forward to the 4 of the Supers getting started today, and then I'll be in attendance for Midnight Madness. Basically, it will be by the time we wrap up when Alabama gets theirs underway. There'll be the final Super Regional underway against St. John's. We actually did talk to Coach Mike Hampton yesterday, Chris, and they've been in Tuscaloosa since Tuesday. They decided just to bust down from Tallahassee or up, however you want to say. I guess it's
over,
whatever. But they've been, they decided not to fly and stay down south. Probably a wise move. And so they're looking forward to playing the University of Alabama. They're a very scrappy program. I think Alabama's going to march on here in the Super, but it's not going to be easy. Certainly, I don't think a lot of people had St. John's coming out of Tallahassee.
No, I don't think anybody did. It wasn't a remarkable team during the season. statistically, I think they gave up almost as many runs as they scored, or at least in the ballpark of that. But some of these teams from up north just don't get a chance to play a lot of ball.
Yeah.
And, because of the cold, and you wonder if the team that you see at the end of the year isn't a lot different than the team that you saw at the first of the year that rung up a lot of those very ordinary stats. So, hey, they took 2 from Florida State and Tallahassee. They got an ace who I think has got like a 17% strikeout rate, not much. He doesn't miss a ton of bats, but he's hard to square up. Some of it may have to do with cold weather up there, but got an ERA under 3 and has thrown over 100 innings. You don't see that often in college baseball. So I think Alabama got one of the easier draws in the Supers, but Florida State might have thought that too and found out the hard way that you better take them seriously or your season ends.
How do you dissect that matchup between Alabama and St. John?
I think the Friday one is key. I mean, Tyler Fay has been great at times. I mean, he no-hit Florida. There's been times where he's not been as great. He had an ERA of over 4.5 this year. So I think, to me, if you're St. John's, you really need to get the first one. Zane Adams and Miles Upchurch have been very consistent. I think Alabama probably wins a war of pitching attrition. The bullpen has been steady. I think Alabama's pitching has just been steady. It's not spectacular, but it's not been bad at any point of the season either. So I think the danger, if you're Alabama, is having Friday night, their ace gets you, and then all of a sudden you've got to win 2 or your season's done.
Yeah, I mean, in these 3-game series, game 1 is so important. It's even more important than in a regional. And then to talk about that, Auburn got shocked by it. That was probably, I think, the most shocking result of the regional round when Milwaukee just handled Auburn the way they did. I certainly wasn't expecting that, with Auburn, playing as well as they did in Hoover, and then Milwaukee being under 500. But they were able to even make the regional final. And of course, Auburn did what they had to do. They won 5 straight, and now they take on Ole Miss. If I had to rank them, we've been talking about it all week, Chris. I would rank Mississippi State, Georgia 1. We had Steve Robertson on talking about that, and then a very close second. That Ole Miss Auburn series looks like a good one.
Yeah, I would rank Ole Miss Auburn 1.
Oh, wow,
I would probably do Georgia Mississippi State. I just think Ole Miss Auburn is almost a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been weird because I thought that Auburn's offense was the thing that I was concerned about, and its consistency. That was the thing that kind of got Auburn through.
Yeah,
the pitching, the starting pitching just kind of face planted all of it really the first couple of games, and that's not something Auburn had done all year. So to see Auburn get through it the way it did, with Chase Fralick hitting home runs in all 5 games, and then on the other side, Ole Miss's pitching has just been terrific. I mean, its top 6 guys are outstanding. I mean, the weak link in there is Hunter Elliott, who's one of the greatest pitchers in the history of that school, and helped them win their only College World Series. Ole Miss, man, those guys, there's a lot of swing and miss there, and I'm just fascinated by that one, just to see where consistency rules for some teams that have, had some weird sequences of games lately. Ole Miss ended up having to go to 14 games in game 1 and came out of one of the tougher regionals. Auburn, I thought, had a fairly easy regional compared to some other teams, but put itself with its back against the wall after game 1, which nobody expected. So 2 teams with different paths, not just in terms of the draw, but just in terms of how they performed to get here, because it wasn't always what we thought we'd see.
One of the super regionals that intrigues me, and I don't know why, but it's Texas and Oregon. I'm intrigued by this one because I think Texas should win this, but Oregon has, for the last couple seasons, it just seems like they're just ready to break through.
Yeah, no, I think that one's a terrific series, too. Oregon can really pitch it. They've hit over 100 home runs. I think the way that you describe them as a program is accurate. They've always got talent. They've got an outstanding coach. And I don't think Texas probably loses super regionals very often in Austin, but I think Oregon is a team that on paper can play with them.
Yeah, and then the Battle of the Cinderellas. Nobody had Troy and Little Rock with Troy hosting. But we know we know Little Rock though did push LSU last year, and Troy has a good baseball history, no doubt about it. But it was just shocking to see the way Troy the last 2 games just beat the living hell out of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I had Florida winning the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And beating Georgia Tech to do it. So,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm probably in good company with the latter one. So, I mean, look, that was just the kind of tournament it was, right? I think God gave us baseball sometimes to keep us humble from thinking we know it all, because you see some crazy stuff. And I just thought Florida was playing so well in Hoover, and a 2-0 lead in Gainesville. I mean, I don't know what odds you would have put on it at the time that anybody other than Florida comes out of Gainesville, but they weren't good. Same thing with Oklahoma and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is up 2-0 in that one, and just looks like a juggernaut. But some crazy stuff happened, which is probably a good reminder that we could always see it again this weekend.
Kind of like putting Cal Poly in the West, having them take on West Virginia, right?
Yeah, those frauds from UCLA.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, and some of the draws we get, some of the quadrants of the remaining bracket. You look at what Ole Miss, Auburn, Texas, and Oregon. I think they're the ones matched up, and you compare it to some of the others. You're like, good grief, what do we do to anger the baseball gods here?
Does Cal Poly have a chance with West Virginia? I know there was some talk about them having to come over 3 time zones. I don't know much about Cal Poly. I know they were obviously,
they're not frauds like UCLA.
Yeah, but I mean, is this one of those where West Virginia, obviously the heavy favorite in this super regional?
I mean, I think so. I'm with you. I don't know a lot about them either. There's on paper, not a lot stands out. There's not a lot of maybe future pros there that I can see. Whereas West Virginia is, not only playing at home, but it's got some in the latter category, including a catcher who might be a top 10 pick next year, and an ace, although he didn't pitch like one in the Super. So, I mean, I feel like West Virginia, we saw how it went last weekend. They were up against it with Kentucky and got through. I feel like they're going to have a huge home field advantage. And again, a team that is playing in a surrounding with a flight that is not experienced. That feels like West Virginia is a heavy favorite, but you never know. I mean, those were 4 quality teams out in UCLA, and someone had to get out of there. It was them. But I think to me, West Virginia is a clear favorite, but just the weirdness of what's gone down so far, I don't really dismiss anything.
Yeah, it's been, I think this one of the more wide open brackets now that it's the way it's played out, Chris, because it looked like, even though I never believed in UCLA just simply because they had to play so many Big Ten teams, but I will say I was stunned that Georgia Tech lost twice to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma's a good team, and they play in the SEC, but the way Georgia Tech, I mean, for example, they had hooked up with Auburn and they played some other, Power 4 teams and looked just really good, and they're playing at home. And if you had told me that they were going to have like 8-2 and 7-3 leads and blow them, I never would have thought it.
Not just that, but I don't know if you guys saw Saturday game? I guess that went, mid-afternoon. They had rain, and it looked like it just was really coming down in Atlanta. And I think Skip Johnson really wanted to see them stop the game. And Oklahoma just kept going through pitchers in the rain and couldn't get outs. And Skip got furious. And I'm thinking, okay, you're already up against it, looking up at Georgia Tech in the losers brackets, going to win 3 games and not lose again. And that happened. I just thought that was wild how they came out of it. And I've got them picked to beat Kansas, Oklahoma in the next one. I don't know that they're the better team, but just after seeing what they came through and the way Skip Johnson is able to manage the postseason, that was just wild to watch. Because I thought, when I picked Florida, I thought, man, Georgia Tech sure to me kind of looks like the best team in this tournament. Maybe them or Georgia, and that was one of the more amazing and improbable things that I have seen in a regional.
Well, I took Georgia to beat State 2 out of 3. I know they've already beat them 4 times. I can't see them, sweeping through it. Maybe they do, but I thought, and State's gotten healthier on the mound. I thought they played about as well as any host did last weekend. But how do you see the Georgia-Mississippi State series?
Yeah, that was kind of a quiet one. State got challenged, I guess, a little bit by a Cincinnati team that I thought could maybe give it issues, but they came through that okay. Like on paper, they are very statistically similar for the year. Both deep offenses, they play a lot of guys, they score a ton of runs, they hit home runs. The pitching has been really, really solid. Good guys in the bullpen, good players in the rotation. State did not have Ryan McPherson, I think, the first time around,
right.
or either that or that was maybe when he came back.
Yeah, they didn't have
maybe
him, right.
didn't throw as much. I forget now. But either way, it wasn't maybe the same guy they get now. And State sometimes almost play better on the road than
But yeah, Steve pointed that out. For whatever reason, they seem to play better on the road. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you point back to this time last year. I mean, like we were hearing that's the guy. They're going all in on this guy or bust. And it just felt like there has been pressure around that program ever since. That maybe the weight of that bears in on them at times. So, maybe they're better off playing in Athens. I don't know. Nobody's winning in Athens these days, but nobody's beating Georgia anywhere. So I think this is a good series. Even though State did lose all 4 of those games, they were all pretty close.
They were.
I just wonder what the sequel looks like. I think it's a really good series.
No question. I think it's going to be a really good series in Omaha as well. And I just hope that our state can get at least a couple of these teams through, if not all 3. I think it would be epic to have nearly half the World Series from the state of Alabama, and certainly it would be groundbreaking. I know in the past Vanderbilt and Tennessee have both made it, and there's been a lot of great college baseball in the Southeastern Conference, and it's still the best league in the country by far, but certainly a rare opportunity for the state of Alabama to have a huge imprint on Omaha.
No doubt about it. It's wild to see Alabama having 3 of 8 supers.
Yeah.
And I hope that, I think Auburn is really starting to catch on there. I'm not sure as much at Alabama, but, it's great to see it. I hope your state will discover a little bit of the joys of this time of year where everybody's just kind of already fast forwarding to fall camp and football and everything. When there's some interesting sports to be played between now and then.
Well, yeah, there is.
I told a friend of mine in the media, because he was talking about how he was getting more interaction with the softball program. Alabama went back to Oklahoma City, then there was a buzz about baseball. And I told him, I said simply, they haven't been to Omaha. You have to get there where people get excited about it. It's what Tim Corbin built at Vandy. They never used to think about it. If he gets there, he starts getting to Omaha, then he wins it a couple of times, and then it becomes a disaster if you don't make it. And so,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, because we were talking, I believe it was just last year, Vanderbilt was the #1 overall national seed and lost in their regional, and everybody was shocked. I know I was. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I had him going back to Omaha. It's just an expectation because of what he's done. Alabama, there's not that expectation. You got to get there first. And certainly Butch has been there a couple of times. And if Troy gets there, what a boon it'll be for their program. But, Chris, we appreciate it. Let everybody know how to follow you. And I know you guys will have reaction throughout the weekend.
Yeah, we'll have reaction tonight. It'll be without me because I'll be watching the Braves. But go to Southeastern 16 on YouTube. You can subscribe, catch us live. The subscription costs you nothing. Enable your notifications so you know when we go live, and then we replay them on pretty much all of the podcast platforms that you could find. So you can catch us there either way.
Well, yeah, you got a great staff, and there's worse things than watching the best team in Major League Baseball play.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be the first time I've been down there in a couple of years.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you'll love the battery.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I've been there a couple of times. It's just been a couple of years. I just hope we get back without having to take out a second mortgage.
Yeah, no question. Safe travels, Chris. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chris Lee, kind enough to join us. You know, that's the one thing. You go to a Falcons game or you go to anything inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. Or you go to Turner Field, or you go to Truist Park, I should say.
Yeah.
You go to
Turner
Truist.
Field is now the home of Georgia State football.
Yeah. Yeah, not even Turner Field anymore. I forget what they even call it now.
They changed the name, I think.
Or you think you have money to spend, and then you don't have money to spend because somebody else has already spent the money. Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah. Waffle House, baby. Let's get a break in.
He's blocked.
If you know, you know.
Right.
Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental. Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment property or a second home at the lake or the beach or in the mountains. We have great programs to make that happen. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Baumhauer's Restaurant, legendary food and legendary fun. Whether you're craving the freshest seafood from Alabama's Gulf Coast, juicy chicken or char-grilled steaks seared to suck into perfection, you're craving Baumhauer's Restaurant. Add to that a sports-themed atmosphere and HD flat screens every place you look. For a sneak peek at the menu, go to Baumhauers.com. Legendary food, legendary fun. Baumhauer's Restaurant.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Talking Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
Welcome back. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond, welcome back into the program here on a beautiful Friday morning in the Tennessee Valley. Again, right now, your temperature is 69 degrees. Your high today is going to be 83. Tomorrow, 85 degrees, no rain in the forecast, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, rain in the forecast here for the Tennessee Valley. So baseball should be dry today and tomorrow at least. And again, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, you and I will be live from University Kia from 11 to 1 as we talk a little baseball tomorrow as well, probably, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Super regionals be going on, so it'll be a fun Saturday to be at University Kia.
Yeah, no question. And Auburn will be taking the field today, and they're 2 steps from Omaha, as will Troy. So we're excited for both of their opportunities. And as Scott said, Auburn will be on late tonight. It'll be 8 o'clock. They get, just like Alabama, they get the 8 o'clock treatment. So it'll be some late baseball, 8 o'clock Central Time. Or no, excuse me,
Auburn, 7 o'clock.
7, I'm sorry, because this stupid graphic, they always put it in Eastern Time because they think we're Yankees. But
Auburn
anyway,
is a minus 180 in this series against Ole Miss.
As you heard Chris Lee say, he believes that it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
But 7 o'clock Central Time for Auburn will be first pitch. And then Troy today will be 4 o'clock on ESPNU. Great opportunity against the Little Rock Trojans.
Troy is a minus 250 in this one, according to Vegas.
So what are the Alabama odds?
Alabama is looking at it here, Alabama is a minus 425.
Okay.
So they're feeling Alabama strong right now in this one. That is the highest, I guess you could say that is the highest of all of the super regionals, because Georgia is a minus 130. Texas is a minus 238. Kansas is a minus 160 against Oklahoma. So Alabama by far the heavy. Alabama is the heavy favorite of all of the super regionals to get to Omaha.
Great opportunity for Rob Vaughn. Hopefully they can knock that down and knock those walls down, and so the fan base will start being excited about Omaha again, because it's hard to get excited when you're watching it on TV every year. You're not there. So
right,
that's what you got to do. You got to start having the expectation and proving that you can get there. And that's what Patrick Murphy did for the softball program. And now, he's been 16 times in his 30 years as head coach, which is over 50%. And you still had idiots wanting to fire him last year.
People want to fire Patrick Murphy this year.
He's not winning enough. He can't get over the hump. He's Bobby Cox. They're both in the Hall of Fame, you dumbasses.
Would you? I mean, I know the answer. I know the answer to this, and it's probably a dumbass question anyway. But would you rather have a team like a Patrick Murphy's filled roster or a Texas Tech filled roster, and come up short like Texas Tech did, and go through the recruiting way that Patrick Murphy did, and sprinkle in some NIL roster stuff there like Patrick Murphy did?
Give me Murphy all day long.
Yeah, I knew the answer to that one.
I mean, I'm sure Tech's going to go out and buy another pitcher. I mean, they bought the
Kennedy.
They bought her, but
right,
but they couldn't get it done with her, so they went and bought UCLA's, and that's another reason why UCLA was eliminated in this thing, because their number one was at Texas Tech, but Canada and the UCLA trader, neither one of them won anything. So congratulations.
Well, Patrick Murphy has built that Alabama roster through a little bit of recruiting, sprinkled in some NIL. Very similar to what Kalen DeBoer has done on the football side of things, and that is build it through the recruiting ranks and sprinkle in some NIL. Got to get a break in, because when we come back, Brett Greenburg will join us.
Speaking of recruiting.
We will talk some Alabama football recruiting next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A really nice Friday across the Tennessee Valley. A little more cloud cover. It also may be just a touch on the humid end of the spectrum, but still really nice. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-80s, dropping into the mid-60s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Saturday, maybe a passing shower or two, but the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Temperatures climbing into the mid-80s. A better opportunity for rain builds in on Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
At Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, we love baseball almost as much as we love serving up the best and baddest burgers around. People have called our burgers totally insane. And at Bad Daddy's, we take that as a compliment. But it's not just burgers. Up first, starters like our fried pickles, wings, or poblano frites. Second, try one of Bad Daddy's giant chopped salads. Third, our famous chef-inspired burgers with lots of different taste options. And before you head home, finish up with one of our shakes or delicious banana pudding. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and Clift Farm in Madison.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
No Wi-Fi?
How are we going to stream the game?
Mom, I have a research project due.
How are we going to make dinner?
Don't let power outages send your family into a meltdown. Get a Generac generator from Current Electrical. We keep your lights on and your Wi-Fi on. Visit gensuperstore.com or call 256-880-1880. Trust us, your family will thank you.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance. Showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Just because we are 85 days, 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 45 seconds away from the start of a new college football season does not mean there is college football news. Calendar reads June. That means the news delves with recruiting.
It does, and this whole month is very important in the recruiting process, especially with the University of Alabama having a smaller class. They're trying to get a lot of the hay in the barn, and one of the best in the business that covers it day to day, because, recruiting never stops, whether it's, even though it's changed a lot, it's transactional. There's a lot of transfer portal also involved now besides the high school and junior college recruiting. But one of the best there is, and he works for the 24/7 Sports Network and CBS, and of course Bama 247, and that's Brett Greenburg, and he's been kind enough to join us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline to preview another big weekend for the University of Alabama. Brett, welcome back to Huntsville. You're with Drew and Scott. Once again, how are you?
Good, guys. How you doing this weekend?
We're doing well, man. And I know one of the things you've done, you've already posted on your timeline, on your X account, is it looks like it's a smaller group this weekend for Alabama, but everybody is already accounted for and on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it kind of goes with the theme of this recruiting class and of the summer official visit. It's going to be smaller groups of official visitors each weekend. June 5th through June 7th slate this weekend is probably going to be the smallest, but it's again, small class, but small group, but important group of official visitors on campus, and everybody arrived on Thursday night ahead of the weekend, and official visits are getting rolling as of Friday morning.
Mm-hmm. Is this weekend smaller because most of them came last week, or is just who just could not make it last week?
I think it's a little bit of both. I know we talked about last weekend, they wanted to start off in a big way, and they certainly did so, adding Nigel Newkirk, 3-star running back out of Gainesville, Georgia. He ended up committing on campus, and I think they're just it just worked out this way that, some of these guys couldn't make it last week. I don't think they're trying to load up as many as possible on the first weekend. You look at kind of the June 12th through June 14th and June 19th through 21st slate as well. There's going to be big recruits on campus as well. So it's kind of just how it all shook out, and with schedules and guys visiting elsewhere last weekend, and just kind of how it all ended up.
Yeah, no question about it. And certainly there's going to be some star power on campus. Elijah Haven, he's just coming off of the Elite 11. He will be taking his official visit. He's a huge piece of the puzzle because he, I know it was even brought up with him. I saw some of the reaction you guys had covering the Elite 11, that he was talking about guys that he was kind of targeting to try to help bring into the class. But your thoughts on Haven's visit, and what seems to be the buzz about how he and Trent Seaborn did in the Elite 11?
Yeah, Elijah, again, like you mentioned, was on campus for his official visit, the first time since his commitment, fifth time on campus in the last 7 or so months. It's a big visit, just getting him back on campus around the staff. As far as, kind of solidifying things, everything is completely solidified. Was talking with him last week before the Elite 11. No other schools are reaching out to him, which I think is notable. He's all Alabama, as is Trent Seaborn. He gets to be on campus, be around a guy like Majay Thompson, who's a 3-star wide receiver that could be coming off the board sooner than later. Georgia solidified themselves. Alabama is absolutely in the conversation as well. So you're looking at another kind of classic Crimson Tide Bulldogs recruiting battle. So having him on campus, not talking to any other schools, is very, very big. It's important. Like you mentioned, he's kind of the bell cow of this class. And, talking with some 247 national analysts, they were really impressed with what he did out in the Elite 11. They were, he was kind of at the top of the board of who they were interested in seeing out there of the 20 guys competing in the Elite 11 finals. Was methodical with his throws. He's just, and one thing that's, kind of continuing to stick out and talking with some guys, and I'm going to have a full breakdown of their thoughts on the Elite 11 with Elijah Haven and Trent Seaborn. They're both just absolute pros. They're professionals. Between the ears, they came away very impressed with, whether that's in the classroom on the whiteboard, talking with the Elite 11 guys, and then also on the field. And it's rare this day and age, in this era with the NIL and the transfer portal, to get two talented guys at the same position. And quite frankly, the most important position in the quarterback room. They're very close friends. They are embracing that relationship. There's no rivalry there. They want to see each other get better. They want to join Alabama at the same time and compete. So it's very, very big. And they have, again, like I mentioned, they've got a group message. Trent Seaborn, Elijah Haven, a lot of coaches trying to go out and get some guys, and who to text and when to text them and things like that, trying to get guys into the fold in this class.
Yeah, and you said it. Very impressive in this day and age for Alabama to get not one but two quarterbacks of this caliber in one class.
Yeah, it's quite frankly it's very uncommon in this day and age. And you look around the kind of the national landscape, a lot of programs are just opting for the transfer portal. But Alabama is one of the very few that has continued to go about the quarterback position through the high school ranks, added in Keelan Russell, then following up with a Jet Tamala and a Tatum Kava. Now you get Elijah Haven and Trent Seaborn. Now I think most people would agree, are all five of those guys going to stick around in the room all 3 to 4 years? Probably not, but getting them into the fold, showing their trust in Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb and their offensive system, I think is notable. And, there's injuries, there's things that can happen. Getting them into the fold, into the program, developing them, I think is very notable. And again, those guys aren't budging on their commitments. Again, they're very, very good friends. They're excited about competing against one another, and it's kind of the cream rises to the top. And I don't think you can go wrong with any of those guys that I mentioned above that eventually will take the reins over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, no question about it. And as you have done for us so far, you do a great job of walking us through the official visit weekends, Brett. Let us know about these other young men. I know there's some there's some 3-star prospects that are coming on campus this weekend, but they're very, very interested in them. I don't consider them 3 stars. I know they're ranked that way now, but I think one thing I've noticed that Kalen DeBoer and his staff have done, and Courtney Morgan, these guys start out 3-star prospects, but they usually shoot up the rankings because you guys at 247, you're always re-ranking kids. The evaluation process never stops. But let us know about, for example, Colton Johnson, Baxter, Tennessee, tight end. He's a 3-star kid. Well, what's his story?
Yeah, first off, you're absolutely right. There's still ways to go until the official rankings get, locked in. There's going to be multiple updates. You still got senior seasons to go, which is a big part of the evaluations process as well. But yeah, Colton Johnson's a guy that 6'5", 240 pounds, probably more of your inline tight end, kind of more of that blocking role. And it was interesting. It was one of the first, I think it was maybe the second or third offer tossed out by new tight ends coach Richard Jones back in March. Obviously, Richard Jones joins the staff in February, but there's a lot to like there. This is a big visit. He was on campus in April. Now, had a good enough time, had a good enough relationship with the staff and Richard Jones specifically to get back for an official visit. Alabama obviously has got one tight end in the class, and Oakley Keegan, who's completely locked down. He's already set to go with the Crimson Tide, but Alabama wants to add another. They're continuing to revamp that tight end room. I know a lot of fans kind of jokingly say how many tight ends do they want in the room, but they want to continue to revamp that room, and I think you're seeing that with Caleb Edwards, Marshall Pritchett, and Max Sutter as well. So it's a big visit for the Baxter, Tennessee native. Purdue's involved, Alabama, Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss, so battling some other heavy hitters, but we'll see how it all shakes up. And there's another tight end on campus as well, 3-star tight end, Syracuse commit Michael Nabufi comes out of St. Francis Academy, which should sound familiar. That's where Jared Edwards came from. That's where the 2028 linebacker commits from as well. So Alabama's trying to establish a little bit of a pipeline out of that national powerhouse. And this guy, it's an interesting visit for him as well. Again, like I mentioned, committed to Syracuse, I believe it was May 20th. But for months leading up to that decision and continue on over the last 15 or so days, Alabama's been in constant contact with him. He really enjoys Richard Owens. He hears from Jared Edwards all the time, and I say it, pretty frequently. Having a former teammate on the roster, you can kind of get beyond the coach talk, the coach speak, to really know what's going on. And he seems to really like Alabama. Was on an official visit with Syracuse last weekend. Obviously, the Orange, in a perfect world, would want to shut that down and kind of not take a trip to Tuscaloosa, but Alabama's kind of the lone school to know as far as a potential flip candidate. And it may certainly come down to which feels like they want to make a decision, whether that's this weekend or soon after that, for that second tight end in the fold. So you're looking at potentially that tight end room being locked up over the next couple of days, maybe into next week. Similarly to a Nigel Newkirk, and I don't know if you're going to ask about him, but I'll bring him up. Ty Phillips, who is a three-star running back. I'll answer it now, and if I don't answer it fully, you can continue to ask. But Ty Phillips out of Columbia, South Carolina, 3-star running back, was supposed to be in Tallahassee at Florida State for his official visit this weekend. That's not happening. He'll be on campus next weekend for his official visit, but has got a commitment date set for Monday, June 8th. And I've submitted a crystal ball prediction. Alabama is all in on Ty Phillips. Ty Phillips is all in on Alabama, and all signs are pointing to him being a commit by the time he gets on campus. And similar to what you said, he's a 3-star, but Alabama has prioritized a lot of these guys that they feel very comfortable with potentially making a jump or not They really like him. They prioritize him for many, many months. Robert Gillespie really likes him. So Nigel Newkirk and Ty Phillips into the fold, Oakley Keegan, and one of Michael Nabufi and Colin Johnson, that tight end room, running back room, and you've talked about the quarterbacks, could be all but set over the next couple of days and in the next week.
There's always interest along the offensive line and the defensive line this time of year. Is Alabama, is there some announcements coming along both sides of the line of scrimmage for Alabama?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a little bit. Those are going to be two smaller classes, and I know people may say, may not agree with that or kind of perk their ears up a little bit with that. But you look at kind of the last couple of classes, how many guys they brought in specifically along the offensive line last year, with 5 at the high school level, 6 to the transfer portal. It's going to be a very small group for Adrian Clem, maybe one to 2 guys. You're looking at Antonio Berry, who's going to be on official visit to close out the summer, and then Ismail Kamara, who I think a lot of people already know about, and out in Gilmer, Texas, the French native. He's been dealing with some kind of visa and all that type of thing, so he can't technically sign with the school right now. Or commit to a school right now, sign all the necessary paperwork. So he's going to take his official visits into the fall. So that O-line class may take a little bit longer to be put together. And then along the defensive line, you've got A.J. Pauly into the fold, who they feel very high about. And then the big fish is Mitchell Turner, number 3 defensive lineman out of Louisville, Mississippi. He's on campus at Ole Miss this weekend, visited LSU earlier this week, but was at Alabama to kick off the summer. The Crimson Tide went into that visit as the clear team to beat, and he confirmed that still stays the case. Now he's going to have, again, visit LSU, visit Ole Miss. There's going to be some money thrown around there, but everyone you talk to, both on the Alabama side and Mitchell Turner's camp, that relationship he has with Freddie Roach, Kane Womack, he said himself that the relationships he has with across the staff are continuing to stick out. That early evaluation, and now again, Crimson Tide were the first SEC offer for this kid, which is holding a lot of weight. I continue to like where Alabama stands there.
Yeah, and then no question. And then I think it's interesting, and you were one of the first to report this, but they certainly brought in a kicker that I think in Lorcan Quinn out of the portal from Marshall that has a lot of potential. He was very impressive at A-Day, and everything I heard about him in spring practice was impressive. And we know, that Connor Talty finished strong, and yet it looks like, as you're reporting, that they've got a 5-star kicker on campus. Is there a plan to address this with Luke Cody?
Yeah, I think, you're going to continue to try to bring in competition. That was a big reason why Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, special teams coordinator Jay Nunez brought in Lorcan Quinn. You want to continue to have that competition and, again, kind of see who comes out of that competition. We'll see. But, yeah, they want to bring in more legs. Luke Cody, like you mentioned, out of Luberton, Texas, added an offer during on June 1, which was the first special teams camp of the summer, and quickly scheduled an official visit for this weekend. Was joking with him that it was a very quick turnaround. He went home to Texas for 24 to 36 hours. Now he's back in Tuscaloosa this weekend. Not many other offers. I believe Texas State is the only other offer on the table, but he's continued to hear for some programs. And I kind of put it bluntly with him. I asked him. I said, "Hey, is this something that you could potentially commit to the Crimson Tide this weekend?" He said, I'm not entirely sure. If I feel comfortable enough, why not? Obviously, he feels comfortable enough coming off that first trip, was talking to me about the facilities, the relationship he has with Jay Nunez, and he wants to see kind of how they will develop them, get to know players a little bit more. That's a big thing about official visits, regardless of who you are. Certainly at Alabama, these players, these current players on the roster are so hands-on during these official visits. Nigel Newkirk raved about that, dating back to Xavier Griffin. That was the major reason that he felt comfortable on committing soon after his official visit. So getting around these players, beyond the coach talk, like I mentioned prior, really seeing how this program is, seeing how you could fit potentially in the room with other guys is very important. I think that's something Luke is going to be paying attention to this weekend.
Right, I know, as you mentioned, Alabama very likely to get some good news coming up on Monday. Is that they're going to very likely fill out their running back room. And you kind of you did a good job of hinting to us last week that with Newkirk committing, that they already had another running back that they thought they were in very, very solid shape with, and it looks like Ty Phillips could be that guy from the state. of North Carolina. So looking forward to seeing, if once the Alabama gets the good news on him. And as you said, they're filling out this class quickly. I know there's some other targets. You already mentioned Mitchell Turner will be at Ole Miss. I noticed that Osani Gales will be at Washington. Are there any concerns about guys visiting elsewhere that they think they're in good shape with? Are they going to be holding their breath at all, or do they still feel pretty good about most of these guys?
I think they feel pretty good about most of these guys. And Alabama's staff is not going to pressure guys to commit. They're not going to keep guys from visiting other campuses as far as the commits goes. But again, you're dealing with some, high money at certain schools. Antoine Jackson is going to be visiting Ole Miss. I felt like that was one guy I mentioned a bunch that could potentially commit on campus last weekend. Obviously, that didn't happen, but everyone you talk to continues to feel very good about where Alabama stands. He let me know coming out of that trip that Alabama was absolutely the team to beat. Now, money talks, absolutely, that's something worth noting. But he mentioned Osani Gales. Alabama absolutely knocked it out of the park last weekend during the official visit. There seems to be a lot of interest in playing in the SEC, so it kind of, if you read between the tea leaves there, Alabama, Tennessee are kind of those schools that should really be watched closely. He's got a June 27th commitment date, but a lot of people I've talked to continue to feel like the Crimson Tide are in a very, very good spot. And then Montrezl Sales, who number one receiver in the country, and I think I talked about it before. If you would ask me, a couple months ago, where does Alabama stand? I would say, pretty much at the top along with Indiana. Then Texas gets involved and Alabama kind of drops down a little bit, but I had a great conversation with him coming out of the official visit last weekend. He said, hey, it's Alabama, it's Indiana. They're at the top for me. And, you could look at it at two different ways. Those are the two schools that have been the longest, kind of buzz. And those are also the same two schools that have hosted for official visits so far. So you can kind of read it both ways. But Alabama really, really knocked it out of the park there, kind of leaning into that family home aspect. Obviously, Montrezl's originally from the Yellowhammer State, grew up with the nickname Bama. So there's a lot to like there. And he, I'll bring it up again. Like Montrezl talked about being around the players. He took official visit photos, and there looked to be 20 plus current players on the roster around him. And he had a great time with Sedarian Morgan and the quarterbacks and things like that. He'll be on an official visit to Texas this weekend, and the money over there is quite frankly different. So it's interesting to see what happens over the weekend. But Alabama absolutely has swung the momentum back in a big way in favor of the Crimson Tide for the number one receiver in the country.
No doubt. Well, great stuff, Brett Greenburg. We know you're going to be all over it all weekend. And again, my apologies, Mr. Ty Phillips from Columbia, South Carolina, the backyard of the Gamecocks. But still, it looks like Alabama very strong shape there. I know you'll be all over that situation. Just let everybody know how to follow you, and we always appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a great time with you guys. Bama 247. You get everything I said and much more. We've got a June 5th through June 7th official visit hub, full guest list, list of notable visits elsewhere, and everything else in between. And then kind of stay up to date with me on at Brett Greenburg _ on Twitter.
Thank you, man.
All righty, guys. See you.
All right, we got to get a break in, wrap up hour 2 next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
Introducing The Golfist, Huntsville's newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue. Play over 2,000 courses with state-of-the-art simulator technology, perfect for golfers of all skill levels. For a limited time, grab an unlimited membership for just $99 a month, or book with our grand opening pricing. It's the best value in Huntsville. Check us out at thegolfist.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well, because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Cummins has kept the world running for more than 100 years. Since their founding in 1919, Cummins has been dedicated to leading the charge towards a future with smarter, cleaner power. Cummins sales and service locations are right where you need them when you need your engine or generator set service. And now, Cummins has a new Huntsville branch opening June 10th. They're located on Highway 31 in Tanner, just north of Calhoun College. Cummins expert technicians will keep you up and running. Call them at 205-808-2210.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
All right, that's hour 2, Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. We got one more hour to go here on our Friday edition show. Shawn Faust will join us here in studio. We're going to talk a little basketball training, a little Huntsville High, just kind of reminiscing a little bit here in a little bit. But 2 hours down.
Yeah, but we're not done because we got 2 hours tomorrow at University Kia on University Drive, so our week isn't over yet.
No, but it's only 2 hours tomorrow, not 3 hours, just 11 to 1 tomorrow.
That's right.
I'm telling you, those palatial confines over there at University Kia will blow your mind. Hour 3 next.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Cummins has kept the world running for more than 100 years. Since their founding in 1919, Cummins has been dedicated to leading the charge towards a future with smarter, cleaner power. Cummins sales and service locations are right where you need them when you need your engine or generator set service. And now, Cummins has a new Huntsville branch opening June 10th. They're located on Highway 31 in Tanner, just north of Calhoun College. Cummins expert technicians will keep you up and running. Call them at 205-808-2210.
This hour of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by Hyundai Decatur, located on the Beltline.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond, our good friends. We're going to do University Kia today for this one because we'll be live from University Kia tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Special Saturday edition of Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. And one of the things that we like to do here on the show is, well, we like to bring in guests here and there, and especially those that have been here and there.
Well, and no, look, we all week long we've been, and we're going to continue to promote our Rocket City Award Show. It's our 4th annual, and we honor a lot of people that are from our community. That whether they make a huge impact as high school athletes, or they go on to the college level and they continue to do well, or they go out in the professional ranks. And our next guest has really done all 3 of those, but now he's especially making an impact globally in the game of basketball. He's come back to his hometown of Huntsville. He's a Huntsville High alum. I've known him since he was in elementary school, like his son right there that's watching us on TV now and in the studio, and that's Nash, his 7-year-old son. But I'm talking about Shawn Faust, and if you're on any types of social media and you look up I Handle Basketball, that is what Shawn Faust does. And trust me, I lost 30 pounds trying to guard him when I was a kid, and he's done. He's
put it back on now, though.
No, I put it back on it more, and I'm a bearded man. I'm an old man, but certainly it's an honor to have Shawn Faust in studio with us as he's been home this week visiting family and did a lot of good stuff with some training with Huntsville High basketball. But Shawn, man, it's great to have you on the show for the first time. But it's great to have you back home in Huntsville. Great to have you here, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me on. It's been a blast. Coming back and just kind of paying it forward and, you know, giving some of my experiences back to the city and the program that, you know, I love so much.
Yeah. So you graduate from Huntsville. Yep. And then it's on to West Florida, right?
Correct.
West Florida alum?
Yeah, well, I played 2 years JUCO, then it was West Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, then West Florida, and then played in Switzerland, a little bit in Brazil, and then Globetrotter stuff, and then I stayed with
Your thoughts on West Florida becoming Division I? Going big time now.
Yeah, I think they could have done it some years prior, but you know, I think it's going to be a transition. But I think that's great. I think it's great for them. Yeah. Absolutely.
Another thing too, I want to say, because we are the home for UAH athletics, and we're very proud of that, especially UAH basketball. He did play a year for Lenny Acuff. He did. He was in the program. He redshirted there before going to UAB Walker and then on to West Florida. So he was a part of that UAH program. So good stuff.
Yes, played with a lot of good people there as well that I've maintained friendships with that played at rivalry high school. So it's kind of fun how basketball can connect you in such positive ways.
No doubt. And speaking of that Globetrotter experience when you were with them, how many years were you with them in that? And see, I think a lot of those connections you made, Shawn, and of course also playing overseas some, has led to the growth of what you're doing now.
100%. I mean, like with the Globetrotters, I was doing it, I think it was just about 13 years. Wow. I would say 11 years full time. And then the last 2.5, 3 years, I was just mainly doing international stuff with them.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, different cities every day, 2 games a day. You know, the U.S. tours were 120 games in 4 months. If you really break that down, that's 4 years of college basketball in 4 months.
Oh yeah, I mean, I trust me. I went to a show that he did here, and that was crazy. But I mean, like I've told you, I don't know. Scott, we don't have one of those little, the dartboards with countries on it. But we can throw it. He's been to almost all of them.
Yeah. It's great, man. The traveling, it's a priceless experience, and then you'll do cities like, when we go over to Europe and did the cities there, we'd go to Spain and you'd play some of the smaller cities, but then, you're doing Madrid, Barcelona, all those, but then I've probably been to 60 plus cities in these countries too. So it's kind of neat.
How do they react to the game of basketball overseas?
It depends on where you are, but basketball is such a global sport now. Like they love it everywhere, especially in Asia. Like they will play it any hour. You'll go out at 4 a.m, you'll see like outdoor courts packed. Yeah, it's a really big global sport now.
Is that why we see the push for the NBA and stuff to be over there in China and stuff, to be overseas?
You see
is because
the preseason games now. Yeah. They're doing games in Mexico, Europe, Asia, all kinds of stuff. You're seeing there's going to be a lot of connecting even more, I think, moving into the future. From what I see.
No, that's crazy. And a topic we've talked a lot about in the last few days and the last couple of weeks is the influx of foreign players coming over playing college basketball.
Yeah, and that space is real different the way college basketball is now with all the NILs. And
I mean, is it because, they've been playing basketball over there for years. I mean, it's not like foreign guys just all of a sudden decided to play college basketball.
Right.
But it's showcasing, though, that talent, and they've played it for so long, that the talent level is so high there, and they're now getting a real good chance to play over here.
100%. And I think the skill set, the way they approach development in Europe and different countries is a little bit more meticulous. It's a little bit more micro detail. So when you see them coming here, it kind of, hint like Luka and some of these guys that are so technically skilled, and then they're having success at the highest level in the world too.
Did you ever dream that you would have been, what did you say during the break, 97?
97 countries.
Did you ever dream you would have been to 97 countries?
No, and I remember sitting in a Spanish class at West Florida thinking to myself, why? When am I going to ever have to worry about this?
Right.
And I've been to every Spanish-speaking country in the world, so it's ironic how life slaps you in the face, man.
Well, no, but
that's great.
But it's so amazing, though. I mean, I graduated with his older brother Scott, and his brother has been in the NBA now for 20 plus years.
Yep.
He was with the Philadelphia 76. Actually, in Scott, small world after all. He got his start at UAH as a student trainer, and then he went to and then he was in the CBA and in the G League with the Flight.
Yes.
Remember, you met him because he was the head trainer with the Huntsville Flight, and then he goes to Lipscomb, with Scott Sanderson for a year because we win the A Cup with Lipscomb as well. And then he gets the call. I'll never forget because I was working here in the city still, and he calls me and says, "I got it, man," because he knew he kept chopping, and he got the gig. Spent nearly a decade in Philly. Then he calls me over 10 years ago, and he says, "I finally got a head job, man. I'm headed to Milwaukee." I was like, "This is unreal." He's still there, and then from what Shawn's been able to do, they've just both bootstrapped it, and I mean that in a very positive way. They've earned everything they've gotten in this game, and Shawn's doing a great job too. Now, I want you to kind of talk about how you decided after your career as a player and with the Globetrotters. How did you kind of transition and create I Handle Basketball?
Well, I always wanted to move down to Florida. So, because I was in Philly with Scott at the time, when he was with the Sixers, and then because I was traveling with the Trotters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so then I went down to Florida, and then I kind of just got into working out, kids here and there. A good friend of mine down there was training a kid. He was more of a guard, and hey, can you work with this kid? You can give him more, being a guard and all that. So I started doing that. I just kind of fell in love with it. You know what I mean? You can really see the work. Yeah. And then I just, when I fell in love with it, we're just kind of like, even me and my brother, we're just wired that way to, like, if we really love something, we're going to attack it with everything. So that's how I kind of got it going. And then, one turned into 2 players, and then 4. And then, over the years we develop it. But I think with my stuff and having the success I've had, I think it's about doing things genuine. It's doing things the right way, treating players as players first, like not making it about $1 first, and just really doing right by coaches, teams, players. And I feel like that's played a huge role in me being able to do the stuff that I've been able to do globally even now as well. So, and then from there, I just got into, working with the high school teams, and then individual teams, and then some college players. And then we've had, oh my gosh, down in Florida, I've had, we've got 5 NBA draft picks out of the same area in the last, 8-10 years?
Yeah.
With some of the guys that we've had down there, Walter Clayton, Dwayne Bacon.
Some cat named Walter Clayton. We know him pretty well, Scott.
You guys know Walt, right? Yeah. So I started working with Walter when he was in the 7th grade.
Really?
Yeah. And he was a big football guy.
Oh, he was.
He was
we
stud,
talked about that. Yeah,
stud football guy, but just loved hoops, and that's kind of where he settled in. And we had Dwayne Bacon, Florida State guy. He's in Dubai now playing, and Killian Hayes, Tony Bradley, and some other guys. Man, and it's just been a blessing to play a small part in some of these guys' journeys and help grow the game, not just in Central Florida, but globally for sure, man. So it's a privilege.
The game of basketball has changed so much.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you keep up with knowing how to get guys in the right frame of mind, the right training set, the right everything? Because, I mean, 10 years ago, the game did not look like it does now, and 10 years from now, it's not going to look like it does now. But, I mean, how do you adapt to all of that?
Man, I think one is just really learning the player, learning how to dive into their mental, cognitive stuff. I think the mental side of it's a big, huge piece of it. And then 2, where they're at, and if you're working with a kid that's high school, and then there's college potential, and then pro potential, how are we maintaining and sustaining where they are at the level they're at? But how do we build to the levels they're trying to get to?
Yeah.
How to bridge the gaps instead of saying, oh, you want to play in the league, you're in high school, and then we just do all this NBA stuff with them. That's not really the route to take, because the games are designed so differently. And then 2, collaborating and with coaches, with teams, how they want to use these guys, why are they recruiting them, what's their plan for them. So we really dive into that. Film study is a big piece of it too, and then how these players learn, how they compartmentalize, how they really break down movements first, and then wrap the skill into movements, a lot of that stuff. But I think collaboration, it's got to be a village. It can't just be a one-man show. And just really working with a lot of coaches. Like I do a lot with college coaches, and how they're using them, the way that they want them to do things, and put them in the scenarios, and then pulling up the film and where they catching. And I mean, just a lot of meticulous breakdown, and then keeping up with the game. Nowadays everybody has a trainer. Like when I was here, I was rebounding for myself.
Right.
So we didn't have any of that. So and how are we navigating with players working with multiple people and making sure that that's kind of like there's a sync with that. You know what I'm saying? Versus this guy's saying, hey, do this, and this guy's saying do that, and and then the high school coaches respecting, and everybody respect everybody, and I think that it's all about just trying to help the player. Never about us first, player first, in my opinion.
I think that's a big area on this game's changed. You mentioned everybody has a trainer.
Oh, it's crazy now.
I mean, before basketball, especially on the high school level, basketball season ends, you don't think about it for another 6-7 months until, like October or something. You go, okay, we got to start getting ready for it. But now it's 365. I mean, even if you do other sports, it's still
365.
It is. It's a year-round sport. This is something I'm trying to teach my little one, Nash. I mean, we want him, playing basketball. Basketball is the umbrella. He loves it. But then on the flip, we have him doing other things. I mean, burnout can happen. Even with high school kids if you treat it like a job too soon. But now once you start getting into higher levels or there's opportunity or potential, you have to approach it differently. You do. You got to have a little addiction to it. There's got to be a little crazy in there. Kind of like we were. He can speak on it. He knows.
Yeah.
I mean, we were addicted to it. And just even my brother, the way he approaches what he does with Milwaukee now and in Philadelphia and all the process. I mean, Quad City for
that's right. In the CBA.
The CBA for I don't know how many years, but then he branched out. He stayed there. He did arena football, got a championship with arena football. Came back, played the Tennessee Valley Vipers.
Yeah, that's not something around here. I mean, look, I was here. I've been here the whole time. Okay, okay. The Quad City Steam Cheaters,
Steam Willers,
the Steam
baby.
Cheaters. That's the nickname they earned here.
They did. I remember the Steam Cheater name.
The Steam Cheaters.
See, ironically, he's an Iowa native, though.
So I know the Quad Cities very well, though. I do know the Moline there. I've been to the Rock. I've been there. Iowa, way back when, before playing neutral site games was something you did a lot in basketball. Now it's common. But Iowa would travel and play at least at one non-conference game there in the Quad Cities every year when Dr. Tom was the head coach. And so I've been, obviously, to Moline plenty of times.
Yeah, that was pivotal, too, in just with Scott becoming who he was, even branching out and doing football. I think he did soccer on point. He went to China with Rodman, did something there. And then even, I think we both have had experience with Dennis Rodman, and we did something with the Globetrotters in Vegas.
What was that? Okay, now you bring that up. We've got to ask that one.
I got stories for days, guys. We need a week here, man.
I don't know if we can talk about those.
I mean, you at least got to give us one. You got to at least give us
when
one.
I was with the Globetrotters, the owner, Manny Jackson, did a competitive game for $1 million in Vegas.
Yeah.
And it was the Dennis Rodman All-Stars versus the Globetrotters. And they wanted me to play with Dennis's team.
Okay.
So I played with Dan Marley, Olden Polynice.
Oh, my goodness.
All these guys. Yeah,
Going back in the day.
Dan Marley,
fun,
the man that always had a tan.
Dan the Tan Man, yep. But no, it's just all Price's experiences, and then that plays pivotal roles into the experiences my brothers had with Milwaukee now, winning an NBA championship in 21 and so forth. We've been blessed. I mean, the basketball gods have been really good to us, and we don't take it for granted one day, I tell you that.
Well, and so you mentioned at the start of the conversation, what was it like? Because it's been a while since you've been back here.
Yep.
And we know, though, but you were a very proud Huntsville High grad. You played 3 years for Coach Rich Valaviges, who means a lot to us. Talk about being back and reconnecting with Christian Swears and being able to work with those guys.
Oh, my God. Just the family of Huntsville basketball. It's been so welcoming. I think, when I connected with you, Drew, and then we got in touch with Swears, I mean, it was, like he was automatically, hey, what can we do? How can we set it up? We play Thursday. What's your week like? I said, I'm here, man. You just let me know. So he said, can you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I said, sure. We're going to go 2-a-days on Tuesday.
Yeah.
All good.
Nice.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
So, and just the welcome from the guys and just, and the energy that they were able to bring, the amount of respect of what we're trying to give, the experiences that I've had, players I've had, being able to give back to them. It was just a priceless experience being able to come back and give back in that nature of a place that I played at. It was amazing. And then understanding how they're doing things, the culture they're trying to build there, and how I can kind of echo what they're trying to do there at Huntsville, and they're building something really special there. It's a great culture.
It's kind of like pureness, right?
It is,
kind
man.
of like,
it is. It's really, really genuine. They're trying to do things the right way, and it's great. It was a privilege to go back and do it for 100%.
It was awesome, and it was great to see you back with them. And then tell everybody, of course, once again, how to connect with you at I Handle Basketball, and then what's your itinerary? I know you're about to go back overseas.
Yeah, so I go back to Florida tomorrow. I'm home for a week, and then a week from Tuesday, I go to Iceland. I'm in Iceland for about a week, running a camp there, working with the men's national team.
Okay.
And then I'll come back. I normally go to Taiwan 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Taiwan, but they're having to work out some coaching visas or something like that. So we're having to postpone the Taiwan thing. It's never been a problem. Now all of a sudden it is. So they're figuring it out. Then so I have some NBA guys that'll be around. Dwayne comes back home. So we'll be doing some stuff with some of those guys and some of the players I have. And then mid-July, I go to France. I'm in France for for a week doing a camp in France. That I've done it before a couple times. Yeah, so we'll go back to France and then into the fall, just prepare these guys for the season. So it stays pretty busy.
Since you say France, got to get your thoughts. NBA Finals. I know you're paying attention, right? I mean, closely. But your thoughts on the Spurs and Knicks, real fast.
Man, I hate to say it. We love Brunson. We love the Knicks.
Yep.
I'm partial. My boys are lefties. so I like it. I think it'll be a good series. I think it'll go at least 6, maybe 7. But I think it's a good competitive series. And Wemby changes things. He does.
No, you brought up French.
He does.
He has changed. I think a lot of things in the NBA.
Yeah, and what players are doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're over 7 foot, handling and shooting it and doing things you haven't seen before.
Is that surprising? I mean, because I was asked that the other day too. He has somebody that's 7 foot that, traditionally 10 foot out from the rim was 7-footers don't go past that because they don't have the skills, they don't have the agility.
Sean Bradley or George Mirasano.
Yeah, that's the first things that come to mind. But he's changing the game and it's hard to say, over 7-footers.
Yeah, well, he has, and I think the expectation for bigs now is, the value of them is being able to shoot it and put it on the floor a little bit more, whether it's 1-2, get to the rack or do some things. So, because even some of the guys I've had over the years, even Tony Bradley, he was drafted last pick first round to the Jazz, and then he's kind of bounced around a little bit. He's with the Hawks now, but they're wanting him to do a little bit more. And hey, we need you shooting it. We need you putting it down a little bit out of the pop and the roll and stuff like that. So him doing that is setting a standard of now it's almost positionless basketball if you really think about it.
Because in college basketball, guard play is what 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" now, where guard play was 6 foot, 6'1", and everybody else was bigger. But now guard play, even in college basketball, is bigger.
It is, and the more versatile you can be, and I think if you can handle the ball and put it down and be efficient with it and have IQ with your handle, it's going to open up not just success for your team, but you're going to be able to do a lot more. And I think that's where it's going. And then you see 7'4" cats doing it now. So it's insane. It's insane. It is.
It's sick.
Bringing it up the floor, shooting half quarters. I mean, it's awesome to see, though.
It is. Well, but ihandlebasketball.com. That's how you connect with Shawn Faust, one of the best player development coaches and just gurus. I call him a guru because that's what he's been able to create in the world, not just in the United States. But it's an honor to have him be a Huntsville native and a Huntsville High grad. And I'm honored to have known him for a long, long time. It's been great to reconnect this week. And Shawn, hey, man, we appreciate you for joining us and coming in this morning.
It's been a privilege. I appreciate you guys having me back on. Anytime we need to get on here and we need to talk about stories and all kinds of fun stuff.
It's fun to talk basketball, is it not?
The Globetrotter world was insane with some of the places that I've played on aircraft carriers and deserts and bull rinks. You name it, man.
But, all those little things, those little fly-by-night things, they still are around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so amazing is that
my son in Lakeland. They came to Lakeland and I connected with them. They pulled him out there, and it was just a cool full circle moment. But even doing games during when it was like Desert Storm and stuff like that. A quick story: we coming down into Iraq. We did some games for the troops, and there was you could hear little things hitting the bottom of the plane, and it was. They were shooting at the plane. It was bullets hitting the plane as we were landing. We had to do a combat landing. So it's basketball's done some wild stuff. At least in my world. So
you're gonna need to come back and sit down and just tell us some stories.
100%. Just like those are fun stories to have all over the world, man. It's neat. But I really appreciate you guys for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome. We make it easy.
Yeah, you do. It's fun. I like it.
We try. We try.
Well, appreciate it, Shawn.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Let's get a break in, shall we? Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The End Zone Sports Bar has done it again. This time, they're bringing their jumbo wings, handcrafted burgers, Tex-Mex, and New York-style pizza to the Midtown District with their new location on McMurtry Drive Northwest opposite the Target Plaza. Tuesdays at the End Zone means half-price burgers, and Wednesday is $1 jumbo wings all day long. The End Zone also features Sunday ticket for all your NFL viewing. The newest End Zone Sports Bar in the Midtown District on McMurtry near the Target Plaza. Get in the End Zone.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome back in. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone, 924 here on a Friday morning. Hell, apparently I'm just going to finish the show by myself. Huntsville High basketball playing Southern League basketball. Drew gone. Drew's left. Drew's left the building. Yeah, no, he's going over to UAH. Huntsville High is playing Summer League basketball, so... You never know. We're going to have to make it through. That was fun, though, was it not? Did you guys like that?
That was really fun.
That was good as we finish it up on a Friday. Hey, look, our friends from Talent Heating and Air are here in studio. Thomas, come on in. You guys want to come on? We got 30 minutes to fill. Seriously. He just left. So we're doing the show. We're just doing the show any which way we want to for the next 30 minutes. Yeah. Seriously. Come on. Sit down. Thomas from Talent Heating and Air here. Come on in, guys. Come on. Now, Thomas, sit down. This is good. See? You never know what you're going to walk into when you walk in here.
Do I wear these?
Yeah, you can put those on.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See? Welcome in. Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. They help us get started each and every morning. And, hey, why not? Share the folks what you got going on.
We're just really busy. It's getting hot out there. Trying to keep everybody cooling.
TalentHVAC.com. Big things happening, though. Rebates. Do we got rebates going on still?
Yeah, no, we have tons of rebates available. We got rebates going on insulation, rebates on change-outs, ductwork, pretty much anything you want to do to upgrade your HVAC system or save money on a power bill. TVA is willing to help you out, and we're partnered with them to do that.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Did I see your wife and you? Did you go to the Women's College World Series to watch Tennessee, or was it just your wife and your daughter?
It was just my money and my family. I wasn't present. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they have an outstanding time though? That is still the Masters is number one on the bucket list to go to.
Yeah.
I think the Women's College World Series is probably, I want to say the Kentucky Derby is number 2, and I would put the Women's College World Series in there in number 3 or 4 for me to go to. I mean, that would be something that I do want to watch.
Yeah, no, they've been twice now, and they decided Saturday night to go based on some game results. They're like, we got to go. We got to go see Pickens.
Right.
And they're obviously we're big Tennessee fans, so they had to get out there, and they just decided to go. Yeah, lots of driving.
So they drove to Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah. They drove all the way out there. That's the second time they've done that.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm glad they had a good time. And we could not have been more happier this morning to see Texas win and Texas Tech not win. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I hated to see Kennedy not get one.
Right.
As good as she has been. But, and I never want to give the other UT a lot of credit.
the UT? Don't they proclaim themselves as the UT?
No. I mean, they're kind of burnt up, burnt orange. They're just wasted out there. But, and I don't know. I don't have a ton of love for them other than them being in the SEC.
All right.
That's the love I have for them.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air, kind enough to spend some time with us this morning, 9:30. Let's get a break in, shall we? We got a lot more stuff to get through. We got 30 more minutes of Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A really nice Friday across the Tennessee Valley. A little more cloud cover. It also maybe just a touch on the humid end of the spectrum, but still really nice. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s, dropping into the mid 60s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Saturday, maybe a passing shower or two, but the vast majority of us are going to be dry. Temperatures climbing into the mid 80s. A better opportunity for rain builds in on Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ending the morning on a beautiful note. No accidents, no stalls, no malfunctioning traffic lights anywhere in the Tennessee Valley. Just be on the lookout through the construction zones. Still a lot going on around Big Spring Park as they're widening it and making it bigger and attaching it to the other end of the park at the north side. And that's on Church. There may be some road blockages there. Of course, going in and out of Gunnersville, you've got to work on the bridge, on the Tennessee River Bridge. Down in Somerville, between Highway 36 and just south of Brewer High School, it's actually Pines Road. You're going to find some blockages there. That's for a repaving project. And of course, they're working on I-65 in different places. Just use caution and add a little bit extra time to your travels as you head out this weekend. Keep the seatbelts buckled, be safe, and I'll be back with you this afternoon with regular updates. From the Rock Creek Productions Traffic Center, I'm David Cruz, Mr. Traffic.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead ran away and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are a grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Hello, listeners. I want to tell you a little bit about Minuteman Press and what we have to offer our community. We specialize in paper printing and can help from designing your piece to the finished product. We print media guides for many of the athletic departments at high schools and universities around the area. We typically purchase sponsorships from these schools as well to try and help them with their fundraising. Once we have reached our new normal, we also print all types of marketing materials for you to hand out either in person, via mail, or at various trade shows and events. At Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 977 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back in. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond, 9:34 here on a Friday morning. 256-576-4977. You can join us. 74 degrees right now. Your high today is 83. There's a few clouds in the sky right now, but still going to be another fantastic day here in the Tennessee Valley. Should be a fantastic Saturday as well. We did mention at the start of the college football season, 85 days, 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 30 seconds away. According to DraftKings, some early game lines for the Alabama Crimson Tide, according to DraftKings. As you might, it's really hard right now, I think, to put good lines on Alabama because, number one, you don't really know who the quarterback is. You have an idea. You just don't know who the starting quarterback will be. But Alabama is a 26.5-point favorite in their game with East Carolina. Coming home, Alabama is a 15.5-point favorite against Florida State. Now, earlier in the show, we went over Brooks Austin's top 11, I guess you could say, coaches that are on the hot seat in college football. Brooks Austin didn't even give Mike Norvell a number. Put Mike Norvell as already fired. Shane Beamer, number 1 on the list. Steve Sarkisian, number 10 on that list. But Brooks Austin put Mike Norvell as already fired. Alabama, according to DraftKings early lines, 15.5-point favorite over the Seminoles. A 1.5 favorite over Tennessee. And a 2.5-point favorite over Texas A&M. Now, according to DraftKings, there are 2 games where the Crimson Tide are not favorites in right now, according to DraftKings. By the way, DraftKings does have Alabama as a 10-point favorite as of right now
against Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Now, that a lot is going to change for those late games. And when I say late games, I mean the LSU game, the Auburn game, the Texas A&M game, and that Tennessee game in October. But right now, according to DraftKings, the two games that Alabama is not favored to win, they're +3 against Georgia, and they are +4 on the road against Lane Kiffin and LSU. So right now, DraftKings has LSU and Lane Kiffin a favorite over Alabama and a favorite against the Georgia Bulldogs. It's early. But right now, Vegas likes LSU more than they like Alabama. And they like Georgia more than they like Alabama. Of course, it's only June 5th. We are just over a month away from us all convening in Tampa, Florida for the 2026 version of the SEC Media Days, where, again, we mentioned the Georgia Bulldogs, where we do expect Texas to be picked to win the SEC once again, followed by Georgia. It'll be interesting to see where they slot LSU, where they slot Ole Miss, where they slot Alabama. Remember, about a week ago, Athlon Sports, we went over those numbers, and they have Alabama slated 7th, to pick 7th in the SEC. So you've got that. 256-576-4977. You can join us here on a Friday morning. Drew DeArmond has left us, so it's just me and Brody and John hanging out for the next 20 minutes. We've talked some Alabama football recruiting. We have talked college baseball. Don't forget, Super Regionals getting ready to start here in about an hour and some change, as Cal Poly in West Virginia will get underway at 11 a.m., USC, North Carolina, 2 o'clock, Little Rock and Troy at 4, and Ole Miss at Auburn in 7. Then tomorrow, don't forget, make sure you have the 97.7 ESPN, the app, downloaded, because at 8 o'clock, St. John's and Alabama will meet in Game 1 of that best-of-3 Super Regional in Tuscaloosa. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone will be your home for that entire Super Regional. And don't forget, coming up tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1, Talking Ball, we will be live from University Kia along University Drive as we have a special Saturday edition of Talking Ball. Our good friend Bill Bender, who does write for the Sporting News, he joins us each and every week during the college football season. Bill Bender did rank the SEC quarterbacks for 2026. And it's kind of interesting because I think most people, especially when we get to Tampa, I think most people, I'm not going to say everyone, I'm not going to say everybody, but I know those that cover Texas and probably those surrounding areas will put Arch Manning as the best quarterback in the SEC, because he was on that pedestal when we were in Atlanta last year. Arch Manning was. But right now, according to Bill Bender, in the SEC, and rightfully so because he did play in the playoffs, he led the SEC with 3,937 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Trinidad Chambliss, according to Bill Bender, is the number 1 quarterback in the SEC. Now, backing up Trinidad Chambliss this year, remember, is Deuce Knight,
Deuce had that one start at Auburn last season. Number 2 on Bill Bender's list is Arch Manning, the junior, 15 career starts. It is hard to put higher expectations on Arch Manning than what he had last year. He had really good Heisman odds last year, despite not being a starter for a full season in the SEC. He averaged 255.9 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in his last 7 games for Texas. And that is because of experience. He got more experience, obviously, as the year went along. Number 3 on Bill Bender's list of top quarterbacks in the SEC, Georgia's Gunnar Stockton, 15 career starts, led Georgia to an SEC championship, finished 7th in the conference, 2,894 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Number 4, Marcel Reed from Texas A&M. Number 5 on this list, Sam Leavitt from LSU. Now, here's the thing with Sam Leavitt. Remember, he did not go through spring with LSU because of surgery. Lane Kiffin completely re-energized the quarterback room. 3 transfers to start in 26. Leavitt, 16-4 as a starter at Arizona State, led the Sun Devils to the college football playoffs in 24. Had his season cut short after undergoing foot surgery last season. Remember, there was speculation that Leavitt could have returned last year, but decided not to because he already knew he was going to go in the portal. Ends up with Lane Kiffin. Longstreet, freshman, maybe the backup there. Oklahoma, John Mateer, number 6 on that list. Number 7, Lenoris Sellers, according to Bill Bender. Remember last year, Lenoris Sellers, when we were in Atlanta? I mean, if everything had gone right for Lenoris Sellers, he probably would not be back with South Carolina this year, probably would have gone to the NFL. Number 8, Byron Brown, the South Florida transfer. Number 9, Keelan Russell, 0 starts, but still inside his top 10. So this is the list by Bill Bender. Mississippi State's Kamario Taylor, 2 starts, number 12 on that list. Then you got Jared Curtis from Vanderbilt at 13. George McIntyre from Tennessee at 14. Austin Simmons from Missouri, number 15. KJ Jackson from Arkansas, number 16. The reason why they're down there in the line is because they haven't really ever played. Kamario Taylor has 2 starts. Jared Curtis, we know, the superstar freshman coming in, 5-star recruit from Vanderbilt. Tennessee's George McIntyre, 0 career starts. Austin Simmons, just 2 career starts at Ole Miss. KJ Jackson, just 1 career start at Arkansas. So we'll see how that number all plays out. Tell you what, 9:45, let's get our last break in. When we come back, we'll get out to the phone lines to wrap it all up. Hold on 1 minute. We'll get to you.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and our employee pricing for everyone is in high gear right now at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. That's right, everyone in the Tennessee Valley can get our special Ford employee pricing on over 280 available new Fords. Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on remaining new 25 F-150s and up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos. With your good credit, you can save thousands with financing as low as 0% on select new models. And always remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never charge you any mysterious dock fee or some hidden markup. It's simple. You pay what we pay on 280 new Fords. That's right, $15,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s, $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos, or lock in 0% financing on select new models. Come see us at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Check out our latest zone deal.
Bad Daddy's Burger Bar with 2 locations, right off the Parkway in downtown Huntsville, as well as in Madison at Cliff Farms. From burgers to non-burgers to giant chopped salads. Plus, don't forget the shakes and desserts. That's all at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar.
Just head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. Zone deals on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
We're wrapping up the week here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, Talking Ball. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Happy Friday morning. Let's get out to the phone lines real fast. Let's welcome Brandon in this morning on a Friday. Good morning, Brandon. We got you.
Can you hear me?
Ah, now we do.
Hey. I said, I don't know who wrote those odds, but they're thinking way too hard on Lane Kiffin. He ain't proved he could do anything, and thinking he's going to give us a better game than Kirby Smart, I just ain't seeing it.
Yeah. That's DraftKings. DraftKings liking LSU more than they like Alabama, putting LSU a favorite at home against the Crimson Tide right now by 4. Putting Georgia as a 3-point favorite at home. Georgia, a 3-point favorite at home. I should say, yeah. Alabama, I guess it says Alabama versus Georgia, so I'd assume Georgia's back there inside Bryant-Denny Stadium this year. And I've not.
They are.
And so they're a 3-point out. Georgia's a 3-point favorite on the road against Alabama.
Interesting. Very interesting. That I just don't see it. I think they may be a good team this year, but LSU, they got a lot to put together and a lot of pieces. And, I mean, when you got a guy that's won 2 national championships and then gave us a beating at the end of the season last year, I just see that Kirby Smart's going to have more in his bag. So,
well, and keep in mind, too, that LSU game's not until November. And so I guarantee you that there's a lot of time between now and then. I guarantee you that 4-point line, LSU over Alabama in November, that it will not be 4 points when we get closer to November.
Agreed. What is the line on Iowa State right now?
I'd take the under, whatever it is. I've not seen it, but I would take I would take the under on that one.
Well, that game right there, that's a big deal game. Do you ever see it being moved to rivalry weekend?
No, because growing up as a kid, even in the 80s and everything, that game was always played before that, because in the Big Ten, they don't, it's rare. I'm trying to think if there's any, and it can't come to my mind. There's not a Big Ten rivalry outside of the conference that they play during that weekend. They always play conference games that weekend. They don't play any non-conference games. It's not like Georgia Tech or Florida State where they'll play them at the end of the year. Iowa and Iowa State is always played. Usually it's the last non-conference game before you get into conference play.
Well, I figured we got some changes coming. I figured we got changes coming to the schedule and a whole lot more over the next few years. So I wondered about that. And I wondered about the Georgia Tech game, with them doing away with the cupcake game they call next to the last of the end of the season, if we're going to continue to see that game fall in the same spot as well. Or are there going to be more changes to the schedule?
I don't know.
Because they act like they don't want you to play any conference games, what it seemed like past non-conference past week 3.
Right.
So it makes me wonder, are they going to preserve games like that are rivalries that are out of conference?
I think they'll. So, I still think they'll preserve those. I think those will be fine. Be fine. Yeah. The Sisters of the Poor, those games will go away.
Well, I mean, I can definitely see that. I mean, there needs to be some changes to the schedule, including starting the season at least 2 to 3 weeks earlier, I think.
That, I think, would get a lot of pushback.
Well, we got to do something, because right now you're all the way into February.
Right.
How is your transfer portal and all that stuff supposed to work when you're a month into the semester?
No, look, college football has a lot of calendar issues, because there's no way we should be playing a national championship game at the end of January.
No.
There's no way on that. But look, as much as college football has calendar issues, college baseball has just as many calendar issues, and it's something we've not talked about during this whole time. While these teams are getting ready to play super regional play, while they are trying to get to Omaha, the college baseball transfer portal is open.
Yes.
So they still have not, while we haven't figured out a perfect college football calendar, they've come nowhere close to figuring out a college baseball calendar. Now, the good thing they've done in college baseball is move the draft until after the College World Series. That's the best thing that they've done there. But they've got to figure out a college baseball calendar as well, because there's no reason why Alabama and Auburn and all these teams should be playing right now in the super regionals and worried about the transfer portal. And you can't recruit. Thanks for the phone call, Brandon. I mean, that's a calendar issue. That's got to get fixed all itself. All right. Don't forget, tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1, special Saturday edition of Talking Ball. We'll be live from University Kia. That's a wrap on the week for now. See you tomorrow.